Greatest. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
The Sultan of SWAT. The King of Crash. The Colossus of Clout. The Colossus of Clout.
Yo, this is Nappy Boy Radio Live.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
You so crazy.
And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Everybody stay where you are. Chill the F out.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I am Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Chaka.
Well, around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little twin. Wow.
It's simple. We kill the Batman.
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Tell me, do you bleed? You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
These white men are dangerous.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out.
Oh my God, you want to talk about mothers? Oh, you want to talk about mothers? It's mother time.
Move, Captain. I won't ask a second time.
It's no moon. It's a space station.
It's too big to be a space station.
Here at WIZ, we play nothing but the hits. Nothing but the hits. Nothing but the motherfucker.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Can everybody hear me now? If you can hear me, please let me know. Fantastic. Alright, so as you know, there's always some type of fucking technical difficulties that are going on over here, but if you were here yesterday, you know that the entire stream was completely fucked because it kept being choppy the entire stream, which is why I wasn't able to clip videos and put out, make topics their own individual videos today. So I was not able to, do that. But producer Henry and I have been hard at work ever since I got off, ever since he got off of work, and ever since I got off of work. We've been hard at work trying to get this stuff back up and running, so it should be a smooth transition, other than the being muted there earlier. But it should be a smooth transition now. It should be smooth, and the stream should be working just fine. Again, without producer Henry's help, I can tell you right now, this shit would sink faster than the Titanic. I promise you. There's no way I could operate any of this without my absolute best friend's help. So I'm sure I might be on his screen. I might not. He might be sick of hearing my voice just from listening to me talk for the past 2-3 hours trying to get this shit to work. But if you are watching, Henry, you know you're loved, and thank you so very much for that. But with it being a later stream than normal, like you guys know, I've been wanting to start around 5:30, that 5:30, in between 5:30 and 6 time, and now I'm starting 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for me. So this is what I'm going to do. This is how we're going to do this. We're going to move through this because, again, you guys know I've got a new position at work, and I deliver now, and my deliveries involve me driving all around the state, and I have to obviously be coherent to do so. And I have to drive to Tulsa tomorrow. So I have to drive to Tulsa 3 times a week. So since I have to drive to Tulsa tomorrow, we're going to get through the stream. We're going to get through some of the news here with you guys, and we'll go through some of the things for Quantumania and the reviews and things like that. Outside of that, after that, we'll call it a stream. We'll call it a stream after that, just so, again, I apologize for the tardiness, but I wanted to make sure that we got this up and running properly for you guys today, and that you guys weren't having to deal with the choppiness of a stream, because I know if I was annoyed, I know you guys were fucking annoyed. So I apologize, but we've got things working. So, again, like I said, yeah, right. They are paying me a little bit more in Aries, a little bit more, not a lot, but a little bit more. So yeah, I have, like I said, I have to be in Tulsa in the morning, so I do have to make sure that I am, I've gotten enough sleep for that. But again, appreciate everybody being here, and you guys know who you all are. Gray, appreciate you. JD75, Andre Ware, Omega 095, CGZ, Kenny Pierce, D Stizzle, John Connor, appreciate you being here. Phallus 45, Zing Beto, Ant-Man 1991, appreciate you. Am I missing anybody? Sir Yuri G, Xavier, appreciate you being here. Dorian Clayton, appreciate you being here. Mind of Inception, appreciate it. And then I got Eli Ezreal, I think I said that correctly. Appreciate you being here. Naries, as always, appreciate it. Skillmonger, appreciate it. DeJinx, appreciate it. Ty Valentine, Dougie Fresh, appreciate. DJ F and Nice, appreciate all of you guys being in the stream. Appreciate everybody that has gone ahead and hit that like button. Keita, Miss Keita, appreciate you being in the building. Everybody that's already hit that like button, I appreciate you guys for doing so. Everybody that's watching, appreciate you guys for being in the space and watching me this evening. As I always say, before we jump into everything, if anybody's interested and would like to join our Discord, the page, the link should be down below in the bio there. You can join our Discord page. There are vast amounts of conversations that take place throughout the day on our Discord, from DC to Marvel, from anime, Star Wars, etc. There are so many conversations that are going on with a great community. Again, I join in on the conversations sometimes. And if you would like to do so, you can hit that link and join those conversations. Also, it's the easiest way for me to get in contact with you when we do giveaways. We do giveaways every Friday, and on that Friday, if you win one of those giveaways, that is going to be the best way for me to get your mailing information from you. So if you direct message me on Discord, that'll be the best way for me to get the information from you. Also, if there's a article or story that you feel I should be discussing here on the show, and you see it throughout the day or throughout the week, and you want it to be discussed, you can also send that story or article or whatever to me, tag me in it on Discord or whatever, or on Twitter, whichever you feel would be better for you, and then I can get to that and be talking about that on the show for you guys. So like I said, if that's something you're interested in, the link should be there and you can join. Where's my camera? This is what I mean when I say technical fucking issues, bro. So their camera's there, but my camera is not. Wow. Okay, there's my camera. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I when technology doesn't technology, bro, I want to punch shit. Like I get in a very big punching mood where I want to punch shit. I've already told you guys, I was that kid with my PlayStation. I grew up with 3 older siblings, my older brothers, and I was that kid when the PlayStation wasn't PlayStationing, or the memory card was fucking up, or the controller was fucking up, or I just couldn't simply beat a level of something. I was the motherfucker that would kick the shit out of the system, and it would piss my brothers off. Of course, it pissed my parents off. But when technology isn't technology, I can't. It makes me really, 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 really mad. Again, it's working. It seems like it's working. So we're going to jump into everything. And the first thing that we're going to jump into is going to be the Keanu Reeves stuff that's going on with Constantine 2. So, you know, a few weeks or so back, it was announced, or a lot of people got excited at the confirmation that they were going to be doing a Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves back as Constantine. However, this news broke before the new regime took over, before James Gunn and the new regime had taken over. We had heard the whispers or the confirmation that there was going to be a Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves returning as Constantine. But when that announcement was made, it was before the new regime took over. And when they did take over, when James Gunn made his announcement last week and he was talking, he was naming some of the Elseworld things, and some of the things in the Elseworld that he named was obviously Todd Phillips's Joker, Fale Abdu, Joker 2. He talked about Matt Reeves' Batman, the sequel to that, and things like that as far as other Elseworld things. He even named Teen Titans Go, but one of the things that he did not name was obviously Constantine 2, and we had heard before the regime took over that that was in the works. He did not name that, and it wasn't named in the Elseworld things at all. It wasn't even discussed, so it led a lot of people then, before the news broke, I believe today, it led a lot of people then to start thinking to themselves, well, what the fuck is going on? Why wasn't Constantine mentioned? Now, a lot of, not a slew of people were talking about it, but there were a small amount of people that were whispering, what is going on with, Constantine? Why didn't James Gunn or Peter Safran or whoever else over at the new DC regime mention the Constantine 2 film with Keanu Reeves? And again, it seems like that's something that wasn't going to be on the table to be happening, but I'm going to get to that here in just a second. And due to those reports going around, these are unconfirmed, by the way. The rumor that it was not going to be happening was unconfirmed, by the way. Neither DC nor WB or Keanu Reeves, for that matter, came out and said that the project had been canned. And some are even saying that the only reason that it was even greenlit in the first place by WB is because they had a huge window open over there as far as they had no films, no TV shows, and nothing going on at the time. That's the only reason that they had greenlit. Now, this is just a rumor. That's the only reason that they're saying that they had greenlit this film. But again, that's a rumor. That's nothing for sure. I personally loved this film. I really did like the first Constantine film, and I was one of the ones that was pretty excited when we heard that they were getting to do the sequel. Now, this is what the direct is having to say about the rumors here. For those looking forward to the sequel of the 2005's Constantine starring Keanu Reeves, Warner Brothers WB might have some bad news. WB shocked fans around the world when it announced in September 2022 that Reeves' DC comic movie would be getting a sequel after nearly 20 years. Since then, there's been no further word on the project. However, the future of the DCU is bright, including a new Superman film from James Gunn, a fresh take on the Batman and Robin, The Brave and the Bold, and Booster Gold series, and more. Yet it seems that Constantine may not be a part of DC Studios' new slate of projects. Update, and this is coming from Entertainment Weekly. Entertainment Weekly reached out to Warner Brothers regarding the status of Constantine 2, and a representative for the studio stated that Keanu Reeves' led sequel has not been canceled. Thanks to industry insider Casey Walsh, fans learned that the recently announced film Constantine 2 might have been canceled. In response to a now deleted tweet, Walsh bluntly stated that Constantine 2 is not happening. So if that's true, then why would WB have ordered it in the first place? Well, according to the insider, it was a desperate move. This is Casey Walsh saying there was a movie they greenlit in desperation because they weren't sure the direction of DC here and needed to have something post 2023. This movie would come right off the heels of the three other projects meeting their demise. Most recently, this includes Doom Patrol, Titans, and Pennyworth. Then it goes on to say, before that, there was the incident involving Batgirl and its controversial cancellation. We all know what happened there. And it goes on to say, the news also comes right after Constantine actor Keanu Reeves recently commented on the sequel's development, who was grateful that Constantine 2 was moving forward after being told no for years. This is Keanu speaking now. He said, I kept asking every year. I'd be like, can I please? And they'd be like, no. So it's exciting. It's almost like an open playground that we can hopefully cook something up and play in, and I guess get out of the playground and prepare a meal. But I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it can happen. And then it goes on to say, what's the future of DC's Constantine? While this turn of events likely saddens some, it shouldn't be shocking to most, especially given how volatile WB has been over the past few months. This includes an abrupt cancellation of Batgirl, a false start with Ben Affleck, and a reverse card of Henry Cavill's return. I like the way they put that. There was even a HBO Max series centered around Constantine reportedly in development with another actor attached, so it's likely that Gunn and Safran have hit the brakes on that series moving forward. However, there's still plenty of room for the character to show up in James Gunn's plans. such as the newly announced Swamp Thing movie. And I'll get to that in just a second. The two characters have a complex friendship, and putting the duo together might pave the road for Justice League Dark. I'm going to get to that in just a second, actually. A version of Constantine will also continue for now with Season 2 of Netflix The Sandman, as portrayed by Jenna Coleman. And it goes on to say the next DC comic movie to land in theaters will be Zachary Levi's Shazam! Fury of the Gods on March 17th. Hopefully Billy Batson can give the future that was snatched away from Constantine. Now, again, like I said, I do, at first, when this news broke, I was one of the ones that was pretty sad about it. I remember I'd never tag James Gunn in tweets. I never tag him in tweets. But when I saw that, I tagged him. All I said was, come on now, James. Like, bro, why did this one have to go? But I'm glad that it's not. It seems like it's still going on. Not seems like. They have confirmed that it's still going on. It has not been canceled. And we already know that they are doing the Swamp Thing. And that was something I was going to get to. I didn't know that they talked about that in that article. But we knew that, they are doing the Swamp Thing movie. And we've heard even since the announcement of the Swamp Thing movie that names like James Mangold wants to be attached to the film and wants to direct it. Obviously, we know that he directed Logan. He directed, I believe, even Indiana Jones, one of the Indiana Joneses. So we know that he wants to be attached to, and I like James Mangold. I think he's a great director, especially what he did with Logan. Putting him attached to a project like Swamp Thing, I think he could really bring something different to a project like that. Again, it's James Mangold, and we know the type of director that he is. So and I like the fact that they brought up Justice League Dark, because that was something I was going to bring up. In Justice League Dark, we see in the animated movie Justice League Dark, we see Constantine go to Swamp Thing for assistance with everything going on in the film. So, we already know that Swamp Thing and Constantine have a relationship. I mean, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments, but I believe Constantine made his debut in DC in a Swamp Thing comic. That's where he made his debut. So they have a relationship, a complicated relationship, but a relationship nonetheless. It's a friend relationship, and we could be possibly even seeing, if they want to do this, we could be possibly seeing Keanu Reeves's Constantine maybe pop up in a Swamp Thing type deal. I'm not saying pop up in Swamp Thing's film. I don't think that they would, do that. Maybe not. I don't know. But maybe we could see Keanu Reeves's Constantine maybe integrate into the DCU, because as James Gunn has already put, it doesn't seem as if all things are off the table. If Zachary Levi's Shazam is still possibly continuing on in the DCU, and even Ezra Miller's Flash, Barry Allen possibly continuing on in the DCU, then I don't think it's out of the question to say that Keanu Reeves's Constantine could intertwine with whatever plans they have over there for their DCU. And Peter Safran and James Gunn, maybe they want to introduce their own version of Constantine. Maybe they want to keep that an Elseworld type of film and have their own version of Constantine within their DCU, and have that Constantine be the Constantine that intertwines or interacts rather with Swamp Thing and the rest of the DCU that they're trying to build. But again, this is now false, that it's been canceled. It is not canceled. Warner Brothers still has this greenlit. James Gunn and Peter Safran are still backing it. Why it wasn't announced at as one of the Elseworld type films when they announced their slate, if you want to call it that, I'm not sure, but it seems like it's still going on. So as always, question is for you guys, let me know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. What are you guys thinking about, obviously Constantine continuing and it's not going to be canceled? Were you a big fan of the first one, or were you one of the ones from the first one that's like, it's Constantine, but it's not really Constantine from the comics, it is a little bit different, or you like me, where you enjoyed this film rather much so, and are you looking forward to seeing a second film coming in again with Keanu Reeves coming back as Constantine? So let me know the questions and those things all down below in the comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Dougie Fresh said, we're not even talking about Ant-Man right now. We're talking to John. Let's see. Connoisseur Triple Salute said, damn, I was here for Constantine 2. It's still going on. So like I said, it still looks like it's going on. D Stizzle said, I need a Game Shark equivalent for the MCU, input better storyline, and bring T'Challa back, right? Gray said, why they didn't move the project to Elseworlds. That's what, seems like it may still be in the Elseworlds thing. Now, why James Gunn didn't announce it during his slate announcement, I'm not sure at all. Let's see. Omega095 said, bring Constantine into the Justice League. Yeah, that would be really cool. D Stizzle said, let me see. Oh, Skillmonger, thank you so much for the 10 spot. That is so nice. Thank you for that. I appreciate that very, very much. And just with a very kind message, keep it going. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. D Stizzle said, Game Genie for Nintendo and Sega. Kita said, bring back Keanu Reeves. Yes. Mano215 said, yeah, they can definitely trash that. I did it. It did its time for a reboot recast. Recast it with Ryan Gosling. No, that'd be dope. I think, I like that. I like that with a full beard. I don't mind that. D Stizzle said yes. Yes, it was Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. Correct. Gray said Constantine debuted in Swamp Thing number 37. Okay, that's Alan Moore's. Okay. And then Officially MG said, don't really see a point in this film. I'd cancel it and just introduce the DC Constantine and Swamp Thing. You could do that too. That was when they said it was canceled. I was upset about it, but I was also thinking to myself, well, maybe they're just going to do their own Swamp Thing. Maybe they're going to do their own Constantine, and they're going to introduce him in Swamp Thing and things like that. So it was like, we're still going to get Constantine possibly, but I was still upset because I liked Keanu as Constantine. I like that film. It's not a great film. I'm not gonna sit here and just I'm not gushing over. It's not a great film, but it's fun. It's good. I enjoyed it for its time. Andre said, I'd like the Constantine from the DC animated movies. So would I, bro. The animated movies Constantine, I love him. I think he's great, especially his relationship with Zatanna. Xavier said, I enjoyed the Constantine film and would really like a second film with Keanu. Yeah. Gray said he liked the first movie. CGZ said Keanu Reeves as John Constantine in Swamp Thing. D Stizzle said Constantine is important, but I'm more interested in seeing Zatanna. Yes, bro. Don't get me wrong. I like Constantine, but even when Officially MG asked me the other day who are some of my favorite female DC characters, Zatanna was in that list. I love Zatanna. I really, really, really love Zatanna, so I would really love to see her as well. Ant-Man 991 said Keanu Reeves is a good actor, but I really prefer Matt Ryan as Constantine, but Constantine 2 still has potential. Nico Bean said Keanu Reeves as Constantine would cross over well in the Christopher Nolan. Yeah, that's true too. Have two real-world-like superheroes go up against baddies, bring back Ra's al Ghul, and make a real-life-like JLA. I don't know if I'd want to see a real JLA, though. Because when we start getting, what are we talking when we say real? Are we talking like Matt Reeves's real adaptations? Because I don't know. I don't know on that one. Kenny said, why can't they just say he forgot to announce it? It's okay to forget something from time to time, right? Right. Why not just come out and say that? I don't know. Gray said, what role would Keanu be great for if he's not Constantine? Would he be good as Brainiac? I don't know if I could see him as Brainiac. And I'm assuming everybody's seen the animated movie. I'm sure we all have. Superman Unbound. That version of Brainiac, I liked that version of Brainiac. But I also like was it in Young Justice that a younger version or an alternate younger version of Brainiac showed up? I forgot. I don't remember which film that was. But could I see Keanu as Brainiac? I don't know. Maybe. No, personally, I don't think I could. I don't think I could see him as Brainiac. Gray said Zatanna and Rachel Roth. And then Grand Region Thrax said, damn, they canceled it. I love the first concert. No, it's still on. It's still on. It's still on. It's still going. It's not canceled. It was rumored to be canceled, but Entertainment Weekly reached out to Warner Brothers, who just flat out confirmed, no, it's not canceled. We don't know where this is coming from. Ant-Man 1991 said, I would have wanted to see Keanu Reeves as Moon Knight. No disrespect to Oscar Isaac. Mano215 said, I think Keanu Reeves would make a great Lex Luthor. Then Dougie Fresh said, I forgot what that movie's called, but I know which, with the younger version of Brainiac, yeah. Nico said, I mean like real as John Constantine being the Conjuring, and Batman being the one who is, oh, I see, opening his eyes to Superman, so I see what you mean. Then you can have Green Arrow in there as a new guy, okay. Granage and Thrax said, I couldn't see him as Brainiac. Kenny Pierce said Keanu could play Azrael in a Batman film. Skillmonger said the Injustice video game Brainiac is the best. Xavier Phoenix said, give me a live-action Justice League Dark led by Constantine. I'll be happy. That would be dope too. Grace said Keanu's acting style fits. Trust me. Okay. All right. I'd have to see it. D Stizzle said all these years and we still haven't gotten Brainiac on the big screen. Hell, we've barely gotten Superman on the big screen. Nico said, I meant like superheroes would be vigilantes in real life. Kenny Pierce said, but nobody is checking for Azrael like that. D Stizzle said, or Lex Luthor in his super suit. The green one. Grin Region Thrax said, people forget Keanu is in his mid-50s. A lot of these actors are up there. A lot of them are up there. All right, we'll move here to the next topic. Next topic is going to be Fantastic Four, the F4, the Fantastic Four. Now, I'm so fucking sick of talking about the Fantastic Four. I really am. And some people are probably like, well, you pick the topic. If you're fucking sick of talking about it, don't pick the topic. But we have to talk about it. And the reason we have to talk about it is because there's always something new every week, it seems like, with the Fantastic Four. It seems like every week we've either got some type of new person rumored to be Reed Richards, or new leaks and rumors about how the plot's going to go, or craziness that just gets me all confused because I'm constantly crossing wires with all these different leaks and all these different plot points and all this, and I'm just like, oh my, I don't fucking know anymore. I don't even know how this is going to go. But we're going to get into what's going on with the Fantastic Four. Now, this is coming from the Direct. Before we jump into what the Direct is having to say about it, this is what we already know about them. Well, shit, do we know anything? Do we really know anything? My Time to Shine Hello put out a couple, last week or so, I think, that Dr. Doom, Silver Surfer was not going to be the antagonist in the film any longer, but Galactus was going to be the antagonist of the film, and that Silver Surfer was just going to be moved to his special that was rumored quite some time ago for the special. We've also recently heard that Dr. Doom was not going to be in the film at all whatsoever, not even in a post-credit scene, but it now seems that Dr. Doom is going to be showing up in a post-credit scene. We've also heard that at no point in time, this is coming from the Marvel Studios mods now, the subreddit, saying at no point in time was Adam Driver ever the front runner for Reed Richards. If you take it back a couple weeks ago, he was the front runner to be Reed Richards. They are also saying that it's now the front runner is Dave Patel, and he is the one that they want to be Reed Richards. We've also heard that, Penn Badgley was rumored at one time. I forget my guy's name from Lucifer. He was rumored at one time. William Jackson Harper was rumored at one time to be Reed. I even thought with all the names that they were putting out on the table to potentially portray Reed Richards that they were possibly building a council of Reeds. We've recently heard spoilers. If you want to jump out before I give this spoiler about Quantumania, now's your time. 5, 4, 3, 2. We've even heard that a Council of Kangs is supposed to be showing up in one of the post-credit scenes. So a Council of Reeds, a Council of Kangs, it kind of makes sense, but I don't really fucking know what they're doing with the Fantastic Four. So there are now more rumors out there. And you guys also know we even went over and I'll quickly, before we jump into that, we even went over this. This is coming from the Marvel Studio subreddit, where they said that John Krasinski is not Reed. Ryan Gosling is in talks to playing Silver Surfer, but not for this movie, which, again, I thought Ryan Gosling was going to be Sentry. Was that not rumored? Was that not the thing, that Ryan Gosling was supposed to be Sentry? So, Ryan Gosling was rumored to be Sentry. He's rumored to be Silver Surfer. He's rumored to be Nova. At one point before Yaya, he was rumored to be Wonder Man. He was rumored to be Doctor Doom. He's been rumored to be quite a few different individuals in the MCU, and that's not uncommon, because normally when a big actor like that joins or wants to join the MCU, Marvel will sit down and give them a list of different characters that they are wanting them to portray. So this is not new. It's not new to hear an actor be attached to so many different characters like that. But they go on to say Ryan Gosling is in talks to play Silver Surfer, but not for this movie. Silver Surfer was a part of the earlier Fantastic Four draft, but has since been cut out. Gosling, if he signs, will debut on a special presentation. So I guess Gosling is not Sentry. Again, we'll have to wait to see what comes of that. Then it goes on to say Galactus is the main villain of the movie and will be played by either Dennis Quaid or Keanu Reeves. I could not see, I said this last week when we talked about this, or earlier this week when we talked about this, I couldn't see Keanu Reeves as the voice of Galactus, or even, I could maybe see him if they did the whole Thanos deal like they did with Josh Brolin, to where they do the mocap, and maybe I could see his mannerisms as Galactus, maybe, but I could see Dennis Quaid's voice voicing Galactus over Keanu Reeves. And they go on to say, don't know who of the two won in the end, but those were the front runners. Thank you so much for that, Double Tar, for that very generous $9 super chat. It means so much to me. Thank you for that, my brother. I appreciate it so very, 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 very much. Let's see. And then they also go on to say that Adam Driver is not in the running for Reed, but actually Doom. And this is what we all wanted. Remember when we all talked about Adam Driver coming on as Reed Richards? We were like, bro, no. No. I don't know what they're trying to do with Reed. I was trying to, ease everybody's minds. I was like, I don't know, guys, could we maybe see him as Reed? Even though he was never, ever in any universe my first choice to being Reed Richards. But I was thinking if he's the front runner, like he was at one time, if he's the front runner, then maybe he's actually going to be Reed, and maybe we can start trying to I don't know. But we all said he would be a much better Doom. A much better Victor Von Doom than he would be a Reed Richards. They go on to say Feige wants the Fantastic Four to be people of color, and Reed is likely going this route. Obviously, we know that if Dave Patel is truly indeed the guy they want to be Reed, I'm okay with that. I don't like the race swapping. Trust me, I really don't. I would prefer for the Fantastic Four to remain what they always have been, and that's white. But then I saw this of Dave Patel, and I was like, wait a minute. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm looking at him as Reed here, and I like what I see. I really do. Again, as you guys know, my big choice was always Penn Badgley. I always wanted Penn Badgley to come in. I wanted that rumor to be so true, because to me, Penn looks like Reed, and I think Penn would have done a good job as Reed. But I like this with Dave Patel. Your mileage may vary on it, but I like this with Dave Patel. I think that he would make a good Reed Richards. Again, I'm not for the whole race swapping a thing like that at all, but I think that and let's put this out there for anybody that's feeling some type of way about the Fantastic Four being race swapped. This isn't new news either. I want to say I heard about Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios wanting people of color in these roles way back early 2021, maybe middle 2021 is when we first started talking about this, when they first kind of started talking about the Fantastic Four. So this is not like new news. It's just, I really like this picture. I think he looks good as Reed Richards. But then they go on to say that the Fantastic Four members are going to be in their 30s, minus Johnny, who will be played by an actor in his 20s. And then, we went over some of these names that they included. Some of these names are Kyle Allen, Jeremy Allen White, Carey Mulligan, you guys know, I think it's Reggie Jean Page, the dude, the light-skinned guy that plays in Bridgerton. He played in the first season of Bridgerton. I did not watch anything after that because you took out the most interesting part of the show. So he's even rumored to be playing Reed. Elizabeth Debicki, it was rumored obviously for Sue. Logan Lerman and Diego Luna, which we also heard. I should have mentioned him when I was mentioning Penn and everybody. Diego Luna was also one of the names mentioned in the running for Reed. Dave Patel, as you see, his name's not here, but that does not mean that this is correct. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just leaks and rumors. Take it all with a grain of salt. Then it goes on to say Simon Baker plays the Molecule Man. Now, we talked about this a little bit. The Molecule Man seems like he's actually going to play a role in everything going on with Secret Wars, Battle World. We even talked about them doing the whole Battle World movie universe in between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Those are going to be movies in between those films. Again, take it with a grain of salt. That's just what we're hearing at the moment. But the Molecule Man is actually going to play a role. And then it goes on to say who will be introduced in the movie to have a bigger role in Secret Wars. So Molecule Man is going to be supposedly introduced in Fantastic Four, which, if you guys remember, when we talked about Secret Wars, that was one of my big sticks. I was like, well, where's the Molecule Man? Like, we're doing so much with Secret Wars with so many characters that are not in the MCU. The Molecule Man playing such a huge role in the events that happen, that take place leading up to Secret Wars. I was like, how are you doing that without the Molecule Man? But I like the fact that the Molecule Man is still on the table and going to be introduced in this film if this is true. And the last thing it says, there's no idea when they plan to announce the casting, as they're still figuring stuff out in new drafts. In a new draft was delivered just 2 weeks ago. Now, with that new draft being just delivered 2 weeks ago, Matt Shakman, who we all know wrote or was director of WandaVision and things like that, so he's already in-house with Marvel. He already knows how Marvel operates. He has kind of broken his silence on and been optimistic with the reboot and kind of given a potential date on when they're going to start filming. It goes on to say Fantastic Four director Matt Shakman teased an optimistic story set for the Marvel Studios reboot. Ever since the Fantastic Four logo was first unveiled back in December 2020, fans have been eagerly anticipating the arrival of Marvel's first family in the MCU. While details on the project remain scarce, a few tidbits have trickled over the past year or so. A lot. And then it says, last fall, it was finally confirmed that WandaVision director Matt Shakman would be taking on the directing duties for Fantastic Four as well. Aside from Shakman's involvement and a few casting rumors here and there, things on the Fantastic Four front have been fairly silent. Really? However, the director behind the blockbuster is finally ready to speak about the title publicly. Speaking with The Wrap, Fantastic Four director Matt Shakman broke his silence on the upcoming MCU reboot, speaking about the project publicly for the first time. While breaking down his journey over the past few years in Hollywood, Shakman compared Fantastic Four to his past work on the Star Trek franchise. He revealed that they both were launched in the 60s and are both about optimism and looking to the stars and technology. It's really a family. It's really a family there, and to be able to go back and tackle something that I truly love, and they're very similar in some ways. They both were launched in the 60s, and at that same time, they're both about optimism and looking to the stars and how technology can solve everything, and they're about family too. The family you have, the family you make. So they're aligned in many ways and speak to the heart equally. So I'm excited to be working on the Fantastic Four. The filmmaker remarked that he had a great time working on Star Trek, and it would have been an unbelievable pleasure to work on a potential fourth film with J.J. Abrams to reboot the franchise. I don't really care what he's saying about Star Trek. Sorry, I'm not a Trekkie. I don't know if you are. I'm not a Trekkie. Then it says, Shakman, who also worked on WandaVision with Marvel, noted that moving away from Star Trek and getting the chance to do Fantastic Four was like coming back home. But movies have different journeys and momentums, and the schedules are a little bit off. And so when the Fantastic Four opportunity came up, it was just too hard to pass up and to go back home to Marvel, a place that I worked on WandaVision at with those people who are wonderful collaborators. Then it says what to expect in Shackman's Fantastic Four. Even though the Fantastic Four are no strangers to getting the blockbuster treatment, it should be revealing for fans to hear, or relieving for fans to hear this from Shackman. It says into the optimism of the team's early comic stories. The three previous Fantastic Four films from 2005, 2007, and the terrible 2015 film have featured elements of the optimistic storytelling, but all of them only dipped their toe into the surface of that. The trio leaned into their edgy or darker tones that were produced of the time in which they debuted. In the same way that the early Star Trek or Superman stories featured this look to the stars sense of wonder, it seems that Shackman's Fantastic Four vision will focus on that much more than ever before. The optimistic tone makes sense for the MCU that the film will join. This is a franchise that has made its name on bringing these colorful comic characters to life, usually being a little lighter in tone than some of its competitors, i.e. the Snyderverse. And then it says, in casting will be the first indication of what that looks like. When fans finally know what this team is going to look like on screen, it will become abundantly clear what Shackman means when he makes a comparison like this one, like the one he did above. Fantastic Four is set to debut in theaters on February 14th, 2025. So again, there's not a lot that we know about the Fantastic Four other than the constant rumors that constantly circulate week in and week out from credible scoopers like My Time to Shine Hello, Can We Get Some Toast, The Watcher, Ember, or Divinity Seeker, if you want to throw the Divinity Seeker in there, or even Casey Walsh. You've got Daniel RPK, or any of those guys, Charles Murphy. We're getting a lot of different news and leaks from guys like that are credible scoopers that are giving us nothing but different leaks and rumors in regards to the film. We still don't know who's playing Reed. We have no idea who's playing Sue, Johnny, or Ben. We don't know if Silver Surfer is going to be in the film, if Galactus is truly going to be the main villain of the film, or if Doctor Doom is even going to show up in a post-credit scene, or are they just simply saving Doctor Doom? We do not know what is going on with the Fantastic Four. The only thing that we seemingly do know that has been on the table since day one is that the film is going to take place in the 60s. And with the film taking place in the 60s, with the newest rumor that we've got is that the film takes place in the 60s, but it starts in present day. It starts in present day with Reed Richards tinkering with the time traveling equipment that Tony Stark created in Endgame and things like that. With him tinkering with all of that, them tinkering with that sends them back in time, sends them back to the 60s. And they are in the 60s for a year's time, if I remember that correctly. They're going to be in the 60s for a year. And while they're there, they're trying to figure out how to get back. Blah, 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 etc., etc. So those are some of the things that we do know with the newest leak. Again, now take that with a grain of salt, because that leak could change next week. That leak that changes next week could change the very next week. So again, take everything with a massive grain of salt. These are the things that we do know so far. This is what Matt Shackman has come out and said. He seems to be optimistic. He seems to have somewhat of an idea of what they're wanting to do, shooting for the stars with the Fantastic Four. But as always, question is for you. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Are you fucking sick of talking about the Fantastic Four? Do you just want to know already what is this going to be? What are we looking at? Now, granted, we are still 2 years away. This doesn't come out until 2025. They start their filming in production in 2024. So we know that this film does not come out until February of 2025. Things like that. So yeah, you let me know what you guys are thinking. Like, are you sick of talking about the Fantastic Four? Do you just want to know who's playing who? What's the story going to be about? When are we going to know more about the Fantastic Four, etc., etc.? And what are you guys thinking about the newest plot leak about, re-tinkering with the Stark tech, the time travel Stark tech there, and then that sending the first family back to the 60s and then being displaced in the 60s for a year? How does that connect to Kang? If connecting to Kang at all. If you remember, one of the rumors that we heard was that the Fantastic Four were supposed to show up in a post-credit scene in Quantumania, and then Hank Pym was going to recognize them, obviously with him being from the 60s, etc., etc. But it doesn't look like that's on the table anymore. So let me know what you guys are thinking about all of the newest shit that is coming out revolving the Fantastic Four. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. see. Where do I start? Okay, we'll start here. Right there. D Stizzle said, just cast the right actors already. Yes. Mano215 said, yeah, I'm so irritated because I'm a big Doctor Doom fan. Same. John said, Von Doom needs to clean MCU. The Conqueror was killed. Planet Poppy said, yo, what's up? Skillmonger said, I wanted a T'Challa Fantastic Four team up. Andre Ware said, and honestly, Skillmonger, didn't want to just gloss over that. My apologies. Honestly, yes. I would love to see Reed and his friend T'Challa, two fantastic brains on screen. Yeah. Andre Ware said, The Rock is now rumored to be Reed Richards. They change it every day. John also said King Dynasty is more of a loser dynasty. Let's see. Tim, appreciate you being here, said on your left. Let's see. Sir Yuri G said, speaking of that, I heard that the 2 post-credit scenes you talked about is true. I know, bro. I heard them. I heard it's true, too. I heard that they are true, too. Official MG said, Darius, did you see? Yes, I did. Grace's recent tweet talking about... Oh, no, I didn't. I thought you were talking about Grace talking about Quantumania. Talking about Sentry casting, Blue Marvel, and Mr. Terrific. If you haven't, I def check it out. I haven't. Do I need to go? Okay, I haven't. I'll look at that in just a second, actually, because that's interesting. Because she mentioned Blue Marvel and Mr. Terrific. That's interesting. Kenny Pierce said, surely all these actors auditioned leading these news outlets to report that they were considered for casting, right? And I'm still thinking that the Council of Reeds thing is on the table. I really am. Let's see. Raymond said Silver Surfer should have been in the MCU. Please go, or should have been the MCU in the MCU phases ago. I agree. Let's see. Then we've got John Connor that says Galactus is brother of Dormammu. Then we've got D Stizzle that says Silver Surfer casting should be easy. Even Fantastic Four 2. Got it right. Are we talking with Michael B. Jordan and them? Sir Yuri G said, if he's Doom, then... Or are you talking about the original, the OG films? Sir Yuri G said, if he's Doom, then I'm all in for it. Planet Poppy said, Keanu Reeves should have been Silver Surfer. Excuse me. John said, Doom should be a big bad instead of Kang. Andre Ware said, Adam Driver has a Doom face, not Reed. No, definitely not Reed. Raymond said, God, I hope Dave Patel isn't Reed. Tucky Fresh said, I'm still rooting for Penn. We don't need a race swapping. We don't. I'm still rooting for Penn. I want it to be Penn. I've always wanted it to be Penn. I really have. Ever since I saw that fan casting and saw the fan art of it, I was like, bro, he's Reed. I want him to be Reed. Raymond said, I'm still hoping for John Krasinski. I think John Krasinski is still most definitely playing Reed. He's just not going to be our Reed. I think he's going to be... I still think the Council of Reeds is happening, so I think that he's going to be in that. Official MG said yes to Dave, my Reed. And then we've got Gray said, if Kevin Feige wants more POC, then he needs to recast T'Challa. Right. Mano215 said, I don't mind Fantastic Four to be multi-mix. Then we've got John that said, we're talking about Quantumania. Kenny said, Doom gonna look real bad as devoted white dude trying to kill a bunch of minority heroes. D Stizzle said, nah, I'm good on him. Nobody's wanting Dave but me and Liam. Sometimes, Liam, you and I are the only two in the corner when it comes to some stuff. D Stizzle said the X-Men are our most racially diverse team in comics. All bases will be covered there. Yes, I mean, we've talked about that before as well. Mino215 said it would be cool if they made them all orphans. Then we've got Nico that said, has Marvel not taken notes from what happened to the Fantastic Four film in 2015? Just bring back the original Fantastic Four film in 05 and 07 and call it a day. Are you talking about bring back the original, like that whole cast and have them be our F4 cast in the MCU? It's not that hard. Update Ben to be as big as Hulk. I still want a new cast. I don't want that 04 or that 05, 07 cast. I would still like a new cast. But not to say that they were bad. They weren't bad. I just want a new cast. See, Jeezy said, who's Simon Baker? I don't know. Who's Simon Baker? D Sizzle said Owen Reese, Molecule Man, or a different incarnation. Bro, I would hope it's Owen Reese. I would assume it's Owen Reese. They really didn't go. They didn't say there on the leak. All they said was that. Oh, that's CGZ. That's why you asked who's Simon Baker, because the leak said who's Simon Baker. Let's see who the fuck Simon Baker is, because I don't fucking know. Okay, hold on. Simon Baker plays Molecule Man. Okay. Simon Baker. Ah! This dude. The dude, like Gray said, the dude from The Mentalist, but I know him from something else. What do I know him in? What do I know him from? I know him from... What the fuck do I know this brand from? Is this just movies he's been in? Maybe it's... He's done shows, right? This is movies and TV shows. I think I know him from The Devil Wears Prada. I want to say that's what no, I'm remembering him from something else. I don't remember what I know. I know his face though. I'll show you who he is. So everybody's, with people wondering who the fuck Simon Baker is. This man here is Simon Baker. This is who Simon Baker is, and so it's not saying that it's a reincarnation or anything. It is saying that it's just saying Molecule Man. Kenny said Molecule Man as a character is a huge MacGuffin and tells more about how Secret Wars will play out. You think Molecule Man is just the MacGuffin of the film? Think so? Maybe. You know, they say that the time spark or whatever the fuck it is, that I forget what it is, that Kang needs. They're calling that the MacGuffin of Quantumania. Gray said, I watched it from time to time. I liked Castle better. Let's see. Andre Ware said, I'm definitely a Trekkie. Shout out to the Trekkies. I have never been a Trekkie. Not for me. CGZ also said he's a Trekkie. Gray said, what Reed Richards do to you? I like Reed. Reed didn't do anything to me. I like Reed. Let's see. Andre's not talking to me. Ant-Man 98. It took me all the way down. Ant-Man said, I just watched the MCU. I just want the MCU to do right by the Fantastic Four because the 2015 film was god-awful. Yes, glad that Michael B. Jordan redeemed himself as Killmonger and Black Panther. Mano215 said, hey, Suri, Doom is definitely badass. Let's keep in mind it wouldn't be no Darth Vader without him. Has George said that? Has George come out and said that? If George, because this is not the first time this has been brought up before. And I remember I didn't have time to go and look and see. If George said it, I'll bend the knee. If George did not say that, I will not bend the knee to that theory or that thing that people, because it's not the first time I've heard that. But if George actually said it, I'll bend the knee. Raymond said, I just want them to get this right. Stevie said, yes, I'm tired of hearing about it. Just ready for the cast to be revealed. Right. So Yuri G said, all I heard about Fantastic Four today is filming starts next year. I just want to know about the cast already, but I feel we won't hear about that. And no, definitely, you're right. It's probably not going to be till SDCC. Marvel will do the typical Marvel thing, like, you know, they'll go back to Hall H, they'll do the whole thing, like where they bring out the actors and like, and here's your Reed Richards and your what we expected SDCC to look like this year, but it wasn't. That'll probably be what SDCC looks like in the future. Mighty Owl said, I can see Timothy Chalamet playing Johnny Storm. He's young enough and versatile, and he brings a certain charisma like Johnny. What do you think? I adore Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet, in my opinion, is going to be one of the greatest actors of our time. That's again. Thank you. Who sent that? Double Tar. Thank you for that, Double Tar. I will get to that in just a second. I think that Timothy Chalamet is one of the best actors of our time. I think he's going to go down as one of the best actors of our time. You can look at many of the different projects that he's been involved in, from King Arthur, the Netflix film. I thought he was fantastic in King Arthur. Call Me By Your Name, the things he did in Beautiful Boy, Lady Bird, the things he's about to do in Bones and All, or whatever that's called. I think that Timothy Chalamet, obviously what he did in Dune, what we're about to see him come back do for Dune 2, I think Timothy Chalamet is great. So I've been wanting him in a role in the MCU. Could I see him as Johnny? Maybe I could see Timmy as Johnny. Honestly, before Joe Locke, I wanted Timmy to be Wiccan. He was my fan cast choice for Wiccan for sure. But I possibly see him as Johnny. I've constantly said this about Timothy Chalamet though. He will have to put on weight. Timmy is skinny. He's going to have to put on weight for sure, even to be Johnny. Like, he's going to have to put on some type of muscle mass and be cut at least to be Johnny. And plus, he's going to have to cut his hair and dye it blonde. So, but I would still like to see him as someone in the MCU. Even if that is Johnny, I'm okay with him being Johnny. Because he, like you said, he's got the charisma, and he brings it all, honestly. He's just a versatile actor. He's great. So I agree. See, Jeezy said, I can't wait for concert details for Fantastic Four. Amari Adams said, I have no idea what's going on, but happy Black History to all my people. Love y'all till beyond. Same, brother, same. Felicity said, what's up, chat? What's up, Felicity? Appreciate you being here. Absent Good said, was it true about the post-credit scene? Yes, sir. It is true. Loki, the stuff with Loki is happening in the second post-credit scene. The first post-credit scene is the Council of Kangs, and I'm telling you right now, I can bypass the entire movie just to see that. Just show me the Council of Kangs discussing a Kang they despise. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Yeah, I need to, I want to see that live action on the screen. Suryuji said, Reed is the closest person to be, in my opinion, T'Challa's best friend. Yeah, it would have been awesome to see them together on screen. Yes, I would say that too. I would say that Reed and T'Challa are very good friends. Very, very good friends. I would have loved to have seen that on screen. Gray said they are already cast by now. They are just waiting for Comic-Con for the official announcement. Stevie said, C just got reiterated. Just got reiterated. Just the thought we won't get Storm/BP be a part of Fantastic Four when Sue and Reed go on their missions. That's true. That's true. No Storm, no T'Challa, but we're gonna get to see Reed and Sue, and they won't get to be a part of that. They won't get to be a part. Like I said, it's the same thing like they were saying up top about not seeing Reed interacting with T'Challa. It's gonna suck. That really does suck. Damn, that really does suck. That really, really, really does suck not seeing those two interact. Mari Adams said, damn, bro, I'm sitting here thinking about that now. Getting to see Reed and T'Challa live action on screen together. Two brilliant minds. Won't get to see it. Mari Adams said they should do What If seasoned with the comic stories of everybody getting the power of cosmic. Mano215 said, actually would like to see Doctor Doom cast with Michael Fassbender. Well, Michael Fassbender is still rumored to be Magneto even after Secret Wars in the MCU, because you have the whole thing about the Fox X-Men being brought into for their farewell, their proper farewell or whatever, but even the rumor has expanded since then. Now, this was a while ago. We haven't heard anything about the X-Men since, but the rumor expanded since then, and it expanded to some of those Fox X-Men are going to stay mainstays in the MCU, and one of those was Michael Fassbender's Magneto. Again, grain of salt, not sure. Josh said X-Men will introduce trans men. Felicity said Simon Baker played the Mentalist. I didn't watch the Mentalist, but I remember him in something else, bro. He was in it wasn't what I remember him in. Maybe it is Devil Wears Prada. Maybe that's what I remember him in, because he was the dude that was hooking up with what's her name from Princess Diaries? You know who I'm talking about, Catwoman. You know who I'm talking about. Forget her name. It's slipping my mind. He was sleeping around with her. I remember him from Devil Wears Prada. I think that's what it is. Josh said they're already talking about getting rid of men in the X-Men. Mano215, I'm not talking to me. Dougie Fresh said, with the events of the Multiverse of Madness and incursions coming into play, we should definitely see a Council of Reeds. Yes. D. Stizzle said, no, T'Challa and Reed chopping it up in the science lab is criminal. Very criminal. Planet Poppy said, let me go back up to where you were. Sorry. Oh, we talking. Planet Poppy said, Ironheart already got it covered. Josh, I was talking to Josh there. Felicity said he was in something new too with Sanaa Lathan. Was he? Stevie L said, Land of People is one. Skillmonger said sometimes they just need to stick with the comic books. They're doing too much. Official MG said if the Council of Kangs are in the Ant-Man post-credit, then we're definitely getting Council of Reeds. Right, that's why I was like, yeah, I mean, if we're getting Council of Kangs, then, I mean, it's kind of inevitable. Josh said X-Men would establish being trans is a power. Maybe. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see the MCU going that woke with things like that, but it's their MCU. Who knows? Maybe. Dougie Fresh said Reed's only science homie will be Smart Hulk and possibly Blue Marvel. Let's see, go down a little bit, talking about the Mentalist. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's answer Double Tar here. Double Tar, again, thank you so much for the very generous super chat where he said rumors are more Stark Tech-like being in Quantumania. Is Marvel diluting the specialness of Iron Man? When we talked about that whole Stark Tech thing, that rumor the last time we talked about it, I think it was last week, one of the things that I mentioned was I didn't like the fact that Reed was experimenting with Stark Tech, because Reed would have invented time travel way before Tony did. And now Johnny Stevens brought up in the chat last time we talked about this, he said, well, maybe Reed was just experimenting with it being primitive. Maybe he saw it as primitive and he was like, whoa, what is this? Let me kind of experiment with it and blah, blah, blah. That puts them back in time. Do I think that they are diluting the specialness of Iron Man? I think that they may be realizing that they made such a big mistake of removing Iron Man. Again, the Russo brothers were the ones that made that decision, where Jon Favreau was like, you can't do this, you're making a huge mistake, blah, 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 blah. People are going to be outraged. X, Y, and Z. Maybe they're realizing the mistake they made with getting rid of Iron Man, that they're trying little ways to make fans feel connected to the Infinity Saga, make fans feel still connected to the first magical 12 years of Marvel. I really don't know. But that was one thing I didn't like. I like Johnny Stevens' explanation of maybe he was just experimenting with it because it was primitive, but Reed definitely would have discovered or created time travel light years before Tony Stark did. You know, I love Tony. I love Iron Man. Tony's extremely intelligent, but we're not going to pretend that Tony's on the same intelligence level as Reed Richards. And so we'll have to wait and see. But the specialness of Iron Man, we'll even have to wait to see how that question is fared out with Ironheart. So we'll have to see what goes on in that as well. Skillmonger said, Deep Space Nine, Marvel Phase 4 all day. Is that I think I know that. That's a Star Trek reference, right? Deep Space Nine. I only know that because I adore one of my all-time favorite sitcoms is The Big Bang Theory. And I only know that because they're Star Trek fans. So all of my Star Trek knowledge simply comes from The Big Bang Theory. Anything outside of what they talk about Star Trek on The Big Bang Theory, no clue. No fucking clue. Let's see. Dougie Fresh said, I haven't seen Timothy in anything, but that Apple ad he did is funny. Really? That's all you've seen him? Bro, I encourage you to check out Timothée Chalamet in some other things. He's great, bro. Like, he is such a good actor. He really, truly is. I would honestly say watch him in King Arthur on Netflix. If it's still on Netflix, it might not still be on Netflix, but watch him in King Arthur. He's in it. Robert Pattinson plays... I know the shit. Fuck. Robert Pattinson plays the French that were imposing on England. I forget forget who he plays, but Robert Pattinson is in it. He's playing. He's in it. It's a good movie, bro. It's a good movie. Obviously, Dune is okay. It's good. It's slow. It's a slow burn. It's good though. Obviously, building to Dune 2. I liked Dune. I didn't dislike it, but it was slow. Obviously, what he does in Dune, Call Me By Your Name, he's great in with Armie Hammer. Beautiful Boy with Beautiful Boy with Evan Almighty. Help me. He plays Evan Almighty. Why am I blanking on names today? But he's great in that as well. So I would definitely encourage you to check out Timothée Chalamet. He's a good actor. Josh said, Iron Man lit the torch. Everyone after reminds you of him. That's A+, not an A-. Felicity said, Timothy is a very good actor, just too skinny. Yes, that's always my butt. Every time someone's like, Timothy in Marvel, Timothy in this, Timothy, yes, I love Timmy, but he's just so skinny. And it's a natural skinny, bro. Like, I don't know if he can put on weight like that, you know. He's just super skinny. Sir Yuri G said, truthfully, I want Timothy to be in the DCU version of Nightwing. Again, somebody mentioned, Sir Yuri G, it might have been you that mentioned that the last time, and I think I even said it then. For Nightwing, he's gonna have to put on, like Johnny, he's got to put on muscle too. He's got to be that cut. I feel like Johnny and Nightwing might be the same body build when it comes to a little bit, but with Johnny, you can get away with him being a little skinnier. He's still got to be built though. He's still got to be built. But if you're gonna have him be Nightwing, he's definitely got to come in and be built. I don't know if they made him lose weight for this Bones movie, but he looks skinny as shit in the trailers for this Bones movie. He's got to put on some weight. Raymond said Timothy needs to get to a gym. He is thin as Aang. Dougie Fresh said Tom Holland Spider-Man paired with Timothy as Human Torch sounds good to me. And they are already both friends outside of the MCU, or outside of the film industry. They're already friends. Obviously, you know, Timothy worked with Zendaya on Dune, and from my understanding, there were times where Tom Holland would come to the set of Dune, you know, and hang out with Zendaya, to where he became friends with Timmy, and they hung out outside of the set, blah, blah, blah. So they are friends outside of this. So that would honestly be, I feel like, maybe a natural fit for the two of them. D. Stizzle said, I feel JJ ruined Star Wars more than Trek. Still, it's a lesser of the two evil situation. Let's see. Might have to scroll down a little bit because we got some combos. Let's see. Hold on. Where was I at? Damn. Was I that far up? I was. Okay. Chill Spot said, wasn't Timothy a front runner for Spider-Man at one time? I think he was one of the names. Yes. I know he auditioned. He has said that. I know he auditioned. Raymond 2000 said, is it too soon to say Marvel is on life support with these Ant-Man reviews? I can't say that until I watch it. I have to watch the film before I can. It's the same. It's kind of like when I was talking about Wakanda Forever. You know, everybody was like, "Why are you going to see it? Why are you going to see it?" Because in order for me to authentically give my opinion about something, I can't go off of what Jim, Tom, and Bob said. I have to go off of my own personal viewer's experience and what I'm watching. So I can't say that they're on life support just yet. I have to watch Quantumania next Thursday first. Ant-Man 991 said, Reed and T'Challa not interacting with each other is a serious crime. D-Sizzle said, DS9 is still my favorite. Oh, are we talking Star Trek show? Deep Space Nine. See, I know that. Talking about proper black representation 30 years ago. Nico Bean said, if they go to Africa and come across Wakanda and Shuri meets them, I'm leaving and demanding my money back. Josh said, make the Conqueror Pussycat was a serious crime. Gray said, they downplayed T'Challa's intelligence and that wasn't cool at all. No, they definitely did. Mind of Inception said, could I see Timothy as Robin? I can see Timothy as a lot of different roles. Timothy to me as who mentioned that earlier? I'm sorry. Like my guy. Oh fuck! I don't know where the fuck that shit went. Like we mentioned earlier. Timothy is very versatile. He can do a lot of different things, but it all comes down to that muscle mass. It all comes down to can he put on the weight. D Stizzle said Nate and Ryan should have been strapped to a chair, forced to watch all 7 seasons of Deep Space Nine. Zane Beto said, don't worry, Darius, you'll get to see Shuri and Reed. Oh, fuck that. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. No. No. I froze. I felt like I just had I froze because I'm out of plane. Like I'm really lost up here trying to envision that. Like, keep that. No, keep it. You can. You know how they have that Disney vault? Well, you remember those commercials? They're like, hey, you got to get this before it goes into the Disney vault, and you'll never be able to purchase it again. They can take that idea, they can put it so far into the fucking Disney vault and lock that bitch up. We don't need to see that. No, don't do that shit. Granger Thrag said Council of Kings would be so dope. It's coming. It's coming. It's in this film. Planet Poppy said, I heard they're trying to legalize recreational marijuana in Oklahoma. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I do have my, people have their cards. It's legal. It's legal here. It's been legal here. It's recreational here. I am able to walk down the street if I want to and hit my pin and be just fine. I'm pretty sure it is already legal here. Dougie Fresh said Timothy as Tim Drake. I'm, again, fine with it. Where's the muscle? Put that muscle on my guy and I'm fine with it. Granger Thrax said I didn't mind Fassbender's Magneto. I loved Fassbender's Magneto. Gray said, how woke can Marvel be when they won't even recast T'Challa? That's true too. Skillmonger said Mr. Sinister will be trans. I'm calling it now. Mari Adams said, y'all wilding with this trans MCU stuff. I back that. Okay, Comic Chameleon, bro. I'm so glad you came into the chat. I hope you're still here. Please message me right now on Instagram, because I tried to go through to find our past conversations on Instagram and Twitter, and I couldn't find them because I was trying to call you a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't find the conversation. So if you can, please message me on Instagram or Twitter, whichever one you prefer, so that I can have your info again. But you said that goes back to people not sticking to the main comic books. Right. All of that. Every time. It always goes back to that. Omega095 said, you know what sucks? We never see Tony and Shuri interact with each other. Hopefully Black Panther 3, Marvel allows Letitia's wishes for a team up with Spider-Man. Maybe I keep that to myself. If anybody's wanting, more Shuri, Bombay. Me personally, I want to see T'Challa interacting with these people. I want to see T'Challa interacting with Tony. I want to see T'Challa interacting with Reed, with Spider-Man. And if Letitia's right, Shuri is there, that's fine. But T'Challa needs to be the main guy, the main focus. But again, Yi Bombay. Sir Yuri G said, oh, not talking to me. Let's see. Gray said, they sure as hell diluted T'Challa, giving all of his signature attributes to all of the supporting characters. Yep. Raptor Cloak said, we ought to get Jon Favreau to call out Coogler. Sorry, hide for killing T'Challa like he did the Russos. And that's very true. That's why I brought that up the last time we kind of talked about the recast T'Challa stuff. I talked about that. You know, Jon Favreau was so disgusted and so he couldn't even fathom the idea that the Russos were getting rid of Iron Man. And this is on the Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter reported on this. You can go look this article up. All you have to do is type in on Google, Jon Favreau upset with the Russo brothers over Tony Stark. It'll pull the article up for you. So where the Russo brothers said that they were on the phone with this man so long they felt they were trying to talk him off of a ledge because he was like, you can't do this. People are going to be so mad. The theater's going to be outraged. Why are you killing Iron Man? Do you know how beloved he is, etc., etc., etc. Again, we could see it there, but not with T'Challa. Again, I'm not getting into the recast conversations today. Not getting into them today. But, yeah, again, the double standard. The fucking double standard. So maybe we do need to get Jon Favreau to get out here and get on his hands and knees and give a plea for T'Challa to come back. The same plea he gave for Tony. You know, he couldn't fathom getting rid of Tony, but we fathomed getting rid of T'Challa, so. Yeah. D Stizzle said Hollywood woke means white women getting maximum shine and strong black characters benched. We're gonna skip down just a little bit because I know there's a lot of conversations going on, and I want to get to this Quantumania stuff here. Let's see. We'll start here with Kenny. Well, I'll start here with, actually, I'll start right here. Grangers and Thrag said, who's in Bones and All, or who is Bones and All 4? I don't know. That was Kenny that said that. Sorry. Kenny, I have no idea. I'm personally not, here's the thing. I turned away from the trailer when they started biting people. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, shit. They're biting people in the trailer and eating people in the trailer. I don't know that I want to see Timmy eating people. I mean, if I had to turn away from the trailer, I'm that type of person. I'm that type of person in movies where I'll be like, oh, fuck. You know, if something is gruesome on screen, I will cover my face. And just in the trailer, when he was biting that bitch's finger, I said, "Oh fuck!" So who is this for? I don't know. I'm not sure who it is. I like the way you put it, a cannibalistic romance story. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. That is funny though. Greenwich and Thrag said he's skinny as hell. Double Tar said he loves Dune. Stevie L said I couldn't get into Dune, but I'm gonna discipline myself to watch it. It's hard, Stevie, because it's so slow. It's so slow. But Dune 2, it perfectly sets up everything that's gonna be happening in Dune 2. So Dune 2 should be way more adventure filled. I mean, if you know the books, Dune 2 should be way more adventure filled. Dexter Hop said he can put on weight. He's just got to eat a lot more and hit the weights. Yeah, he can definitely put on the weight. He's just got to do it. Like I said, he's just a very, very natural skinny. He's a very, very natural skinny. D Stizzle said, always liked the Dune franchise, but it's one of those love it or leave it deals. Yeah, to the average person. That's very true. Let's see. Dougie Fresh said, are we thinking of the same cheeks? Who are we talking about? Which one we talking? Omega095 said, Timothy Chalamet must be cast as DCU Flash or Lucas Teal, but he's around in his 30s like Ezra and Grant. I still don't get how Gunn keeps Ezra, Jason and Gal, but kick Henry and Ben, recast the DCU. Are you saying Lucas Till's 30? Because I believe Timmy's still in his 20s. Timmy, I think, is like 25, 26. Stevie said, what is with Jon Favreau calling out his Marvel contemporaries, bro. When he did it with the Iron Man thing, I don't know. But just the special, because he, the knowing what Iron Man meant to the MCU, to the fans, to the average viewer, and things like that. He was, and plus, I think that wasn't that his start in the MCU was Iron Man. Yeah, it was Friday. He got his start, or Happy. Sorry. As Happy in, was he in the first film? He wasn't in the first one. He was in the second one, wasn't he? He started in the second one. Yeah, he wasn't in the first one. At least I don't remember him in the first one. Maybe he was, though. Let's see. Comic Chameleon said, well, I must put this much out there, bro. Ant-Man is very good. It's surprisingly good. I'm still not one. I don't subscribe to what others think about something. I'm going to read the reviews that people are saying, but I still have to see this film for myself. And for me personally, from what I've seen from the trailers and the TV spot and the not TV spot, but the clip that we watched yesterday, I'm still looking forward to seeing this. Like, I'm ready to sit down on Thursday to watch this film. Double Tar said, I wish we got new unknown actors for many of these roles. I'm tired of well-known actors playing these famous characters, sorry. Comic Chameleon said, my brother is still the general manager at AMC Tennessee. Dorian Clayton said, what about him as Tim Drake? He wouldn't have to put on that much as Tim. Amari said, hey, listen. Adam Sandler as a major superhero in the MCU or villain. I don't know about that one. See, Jeezy said, was Nate Moore at the red carpet? I don't remember seeing him last night. Nate Moore only comes around when it's to downgrade or suppress black characters. That's when he shows up. Gray said they need to put Wakanda Forever in the Disney Vault and bring T'Challa back out. Let's see. He said, how, Sway? D. Stizzle said, Shuri, Sue to Junior will whoop Doom and the Beyonder. Oh, no. Dorian also said they will say Mystique is trans character since she can change genders willingly. D. Stizzle, where was I at? D. Stizzle said Zendaya equals Starfire or... oh, yeah, bro. Yes, I agree. She'd be great. She's MJ, but she'd be great, and that doesn't mean she can't portray. And you're talking about that's DC. My fault, DC for sure. The kid is not my son. That's funny. The kid is not my son. Mari Adams said, Cosmo, the space dog. Double Tar said Cosmo is in MCU as a girl. Dorian Clayton said Tony's story felt complete. T'Challa's story didn't progress at all. Not at all. Let's see. What's everybody saying here? Official Liam G said, hey, do not trash Bones and all. I'm not trashing it at all. I will not trash something that Timmy's in because I think he's a great actor and I support him wholeheartedly. I personally can't. I can't. I don't want to go. If I had to turn away in the trailer, I'm gonna be watching the movie like this. If I had to turn away in the trailer, I'm paying $17 and watching the movie like this because the minute he goes to eat someone, I'm turning. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching them eat people. I don't want to watch them eat people. But I'm not shitting on it. I just don't want to watch them eat people. Comic Chameleon, thank you. Okay, good. I'll get to that for sure. Chill said he turned 2. I was just like, oh shit. Oh, he bit her. It's like, oh fuck. That shit just threw me off. Amari Adams said he can play Howard the Duck. Gray said the actress playing opposite of Chalamet could be a good vixen. I've seen her. Yeah, she looks great too. Double Tar said Amari. Yeah. Oh, I was talking to Amari there. William said, how are those Photon series or sales doing? That's a good question. That's a very good question. That would be a better question for Chillmonger, because Chill is in the space. He is the one. He and D-Real are covering those comics every Friday. They call them Photon Fridays. So I would definitely check with either D-Real or Chill. They are better ones to answer that question. I have no idea. I have no clue. Amari Adams said, in a Howard the Duck special and a sequel special, can be him, She-Hulk, and Deadpool. Let's see. Underhaven said Adam Sandler can act when he wants to. Ever seen Uncut Gems? Now, you're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong. You're not fucking wrong, because Uncut Gems is a gem. It's a gem. It's great. So you're not wrong. He really can. He really can. Dorian Clayton said he was in all three. Not too big of a role. He got more shine in the first one. Then D Stizzle said Nate shows up, foot and mouth. Gray said Nate shows up when it's token time. Yeah, that's another good way to put it. Dougie Fresh said, well, if the end credit scenes are confirmed, it's safe to say Nate had a hand in Quantumania. Well, he is the studio's, what is his title? I don't even give a fuck what his title is, but he is whatever the fuck he is. I know it's important. Let's see. Marvelous D said, what movies were they eating people? It's in Bones and All. I don't... Liam, is it out yet? Is that movie out yet? Or I don't know if it's out yet. Liam might have already seen it, though, if it is. Let me know, Official MG, if it's already out. I'm not sure. I don't know. Mighty Owl said, in your opinion, don't you think they should have introduced Reed in Secret Invasion? Oh, yeah, since they captured him in Sue. I wish the Fantastic Four could have been introduced a long time ago. Obviously, you know, the whole rights thing with Fox and blah, blah. Well, actually, no, fuck that. No, yeah, the whole rights thing with Fox and all that kind of shit. Should they have been in Secret Invasion? I really wanted them to show up the way they did T'Challa and Spider-Man. You know, I at least thought that they were going to show up in other projects outside of their own project before showing up in their project, you know, but with the plans they have for them and the whole displacement of time, I guess that wouldn't make sense. Kenny said, Bones and All is like a romantic horror flick about a couple who's building a relationship off of their shared love of eating people. Cornelius said, heard Nate Moore is going to be Ron DeSantis president of Urban Relations Committee when he runs for POTUS. And you've got Raymond definitely laughing. No. I know it's sarcasm. Gray said, VP House, fill in the blank. Official MG said, it should be on purchase or streaming now, but I've seen it. Oh, wait, so it's already been in theaters. I didn't know that. Yes, Marvelous D, we did talk Constantine 2. It was the first thing we talked about, and it is still on. It has not been canceled. WB confirmed that it is still happening. All right, let's move to the Quantumania things going on here. The leaks for Quantumania and everything. Or not leaks, I'm sorry. I'm just so used to saying that shit. It's not leaks for Quantumania. It is the reviews for Quantumania. So let's move into all the reviews for Quantumania. All right. Let's see here. So we've talked about Quantumania obviously quite a bit since it's now next week, next Thursday is when we get to see Quantumania. But this morning, as I said last night, once we were talking about, you know, the red carpet event and things like that, we said that reviews were going to come out probably around midnight. People were going to start talking about it then, and then from there we would discuss those reviews today. Reviews have been mixed from what I've seen. There have been some people that have really enjoyed what they've watched. There have been other people that have been kind of mixed on what they've watched. But the overall consensus that Kang is great in the film has been the same. For some people, not for everyone, but for some people. For most people, that's what it's been. But I will go ahead and read some of the reviews here that are coming out from some people, and then I'm going to get into what Josh over at the Den of Nerds had to say about what he's heard from people and insiders personally connected behind the scenes at Marvel themselves, connected to this film and what they've had to say about it. It's quite fucking interesting. Now, this first one that we're going to get into comes from Eric Davis, where he says, Phase 5 has begun. The new Ant-Man movie is like a psychedelic roller coaster full of frightening and hilarious oddities, plus one very menacing Kang. Big Star Wars vibes meets the MCU in its freakiest and most inventive. This says MODOK is a riot, but Jonathan Majors conquers. Love the ride. Then he goes on to say, definitely make sure you stay for the post-credit scenes because they are significant things too. I really dug how Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is both a part 1 of Phase 5, but also a self-contained Ant-Man story that's funny and sweet and features a kick-ass Michelle Pfeiffer. Good stuff. Then we got one from Adam, the Adam review, that says, review. Scary and shocking game changer. Marvel is back with fun, wild adventure. This isn't just another superhero movie. It's one of the best sci-fi films ever. Wow, a fitting end to her journey, while also setting up what's next. Then another one here from FICO that said, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is the best of the trilogy. Higher stakes, danger, and repercussions. It also got one of the best MCU villains in Kang. As soon as Jonathan Majors comes in, it's his show. Kang is a scary, lean, mean, multiverse big baddie. Also 2 cool post-credit scenes. Then Anthony from the movie podcast said Quantumania should have sparked Phase 5 with a bang, but it misses the mark. The story is plagued with filler, while significant. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me start that over. The story is plagued with filler, while sufficient, lacks depth. However, Majors does give an outstanding performance as the cunning and ruthless Kang. I wish it had left an impression. See, again, mixed reviews coming from some people. Where the review before that said higher stakes, he went on to say filler and plagued with while sufficient lacks depth. So, and then I'm gonna get to the stakes thing with what Dinner Nerds had to say from some of the people from behind the scenes. This is coming from Dempsey Palat that said, had a blast with Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. Paul Rudd has never been better, and Jonathan Majors effortlessly conquers every second of screen time he gets. But the real star of the film is Jeff Loveness. Jeff Loveness' script, a reminder of how beautifully strange and mysterious the MCU still is. Now, this is coming from Christian Harloff. Obviously, Christian Harloff, being the YouTuber that he is, said that, so, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania goes hard in the paint as the big epic sci-fi film, blending Star Wars, Fifth Element, Dune, plus Strange World. I don't think it's going to work for everyone, but I really dug this tone. It's a bit chaotic towards the end, but wraps it up nicely. Kang rules. Matt Ramos came in and said, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is truly episode 1 of what is sure to be a crazy cinematic series. You have to enjoy this movie more as an episode of something greater rather than its own standalone film that concludes a trilogy. Jonathan Majors is him and is the standout. There are 2 post-credit scenes and they will leave you hype. The quantum realm is explored in a creative way. MODOK got done dirty. The third act picks up the film in a very big way. This is all I can say for now. And obviously Greg Alba came out and posted the video that he posted and said what he had to say about it. He had said that he was mixed. It was a 15-second video of him kind of just staring off into space and said he doesn't really know how to feel. He has mixed feelings, etc., etc. But he said, I will agree with this. Jonathan Majors gives a great performance as Kang the Conqueror. Then we have one from Richard over at The Direct that says, Quantumania takes big swings, hits on most but not all. Captivating visuals which elevate a fun story, but some stakes were lacking. Kang is here. What an incredible performance from Jonathan Majors. Overall, a solid start to Phase 5. And again, we've all said over here, Jonathan Majors was going to become a household name after his performance of Kang the Conqueror, plus he's doing what he just did in Devotion, plus he's about to come on and Creed 3. I believe there's one more film he's in, or maybe it's just those 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there's one more film he's in this year outside of Quantumania and Creed. But we all said Jonathan Majors was going to become a household name, and it's seeming like he just kills it and knocks it out of the park as Kang. This is coming from Courtney Howard, who said, after a frustratingly roughed Act 1, Quantumania finally gets going, only to end where this story should have begun. While the eternal stakes are clear and weighty, emotional drive felt slight, and levity even lighter. That said, Jonathan Majors rules. And you notice every person has said that. Even with the sprinkled with their negativity, they still make sure they say Jonathan Majors as Kang is awesome. Obviously, E-Man came in, and if you saw his video review he put in, but he said, just saw Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. It's so weird and visually felt like a new world. Jonathan Majors as Kang is the best part, period. Wish we got more Wasp. Paul Rudd was hilarious, although other jokes were chuckles at best. Felt like just another Ant-Man. Now, again, those are things that we are hearing coming from people that have gotten to see the review and things like that. Now, this is that have gotten to see the film. They got to see the film last night during the world premiere. And we were saying during the world premiere, obviously, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting for reviews to come out and be so bleh. I was expecting it to be like, honestly, maybe it was more of a want at the same time. I was expecting, but also maybe more heavy on the want, because I do want Marvel to get back. I do want to have fun, with Marvel. I don't, when we get up here and we talk about the things that we criticize Marvel about, it's not that we're criticizing Marvel because we hate Marvel or we're being haters, or I've seen that with people saying, oh, you're just a hater with some of the things you're saying about Quantumania, not to me, but to other people that have seen it and reviewed it. People being called haters. Well, no, nobody's being a hater. We're just simply giving our opinions over something we love, and we all love the MCU. And with our love for the MCU, we want Marvel to get back to that lightning in a bottle magic that they had with the Infinity Saga. And again, that comes with stop making some of the dumb decisions that are being made, i.e. not recasting T'Challa being one, the people of color for the Fantastic Four, that your mileage may vary on that. Some of the stories you're doing, some of the crazy wacky things that they're deciding to do within the MCU, fans are just not picking up what they're putting down. And it's like, it's not that we hate it, it's just simply that we have a love for these stories, a love for these characters, and we want to see these characters and stories done right and done with justice on the screen. So, it's never been one of those things that I wanted Marvel to fail. I wanted Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania to knock it out the park so people could be coming in saying in reviews, Marvel's back. It felt normal. It felt like that lightning in a bottle again, and I can't wait to see what the future of Phase 5 looks like. Again, for me personally, I understand that people have said that what they've had to say about it. I still need to see the film for myself before I can, give wholeheartedly my opinions on everything, but I'm still looking forward to seeing this, and I hope that a lot of you in the chat are still looking forward to seeing it as well. Now, this is what Josh over at Dinner Nerds had to say. I want to make sure I'm reading this correctly. So Josh over at Dinner Nerds has heard that from behind the scenes that the overall consensus of the film is that it's not very good. Now, this is not coming from people on Twitter. This isn't coming from like My Time to Shine, hello, can we get some toast, or The Watcher, or people like that. This is coming from connections that Josh over at Dinner Nerds has with people behind the scenes connected to the film. And they are saying that the film is not very good. And he's also heard that they even hate the film. He's even heard that people behind the scenes don't like that the film lacks stakes. Now, if you remember, there was somebody in this review that said, Richard over the direct said, but some stakes were lacking. And some people, it seems like behind the scenes, also echo that sentiment, that stakes are lacking. And then he also said, he also said that he's heard that although Kang, now this one I really didn't like hearing. I didn't like hearing this. I was like, oh fuck, I hope not. Although Kang is really cool in the things that we've seen as far as like, the clip that we saw that I shared, or that's been going around, or the featurettes that we've been seeing, or the trailers that they've shown, although Kang is cool and all of that, he's actually really weird and goofy in the movie. And although his performance is incredible, some are saying he does not hold up as a character to other Marvel villains. This is what people are saying from behind the scenes. He also went on to say, he was even told that they don't think that the Kang in this film should be the big bad Kang in the next 2 Avengers films. I'll read that again. They do not think that the Kang in this film, in Quantumania, should be the big bad Kang in the next Avengers films. He's even heard that MODOK is so bad in the film that it's just another Ralph Boner, and that people are going to be making memes about him for years and years to come. He's even heard that visually the film really doesn't hold up. That the quantum realm looks fake and weird due to their use of the volume, the same thing that they used when they were filming Thor: Love and Thunder. He also said, however, he stated that the post-credit scenes that we talked about yesterday are absolutely incredible. So, those are some of the things coming out from people that have already gotten to see it, people from behind the scenes. If you, again, maybe you believe what Josh is saying over at Den of Nerds, maybe you don't. I guess I'll say it, take it with a grain of salt. Josh does have very, very credible insiders, very, very credible guys that he can go to and ask questions to that can give him answers to some of the things he's wanting to know. Josh don't really consider Josh to be a scooper, but he's good at what he does. And he does have good inside sources. So, and I'll just go ahead a little bit and touch back on this again. So let's kind of touch back on this one more time. This is the things from Quantumania that is coming from the Marvel Studios subreddit. Just in case you weren't here yesterday or you missed something, this is what we discussed yesterday. Quantumania. They said that MODOK, Darren, dies after spoiler warning for anybody that doesn't want to hear anything about that's what's going on in Quantumania for the post-credit scenes, both post-credit scenes or anything like that. Now is your time to exit before I get into these spoilers. I'll give about a few seconds here, then I'm going to get into the spoilers and what they're saying. All right. They say, excuse me, MODOK, Darren, dies of having a change of heart because Cassie calls him a dick. Okay. At the end of the film, Kang the Conqueror is potentially killed after being kicked into the ship's multiversal engine by Hope while it is collapsing due to Scott hitting it with the Pym particles. Cassie rescues Scott and Hope from being stranded in the quantum realm. Scott is happy but begins to have a crisis after remembering that Kang said something bad was coming and that everyone would die if he didn't get out of the quantum realm. That is all. That's for that. Now, this is the first post-credit scene. Now, both of these post-credit scenes, again, if you're still in here and you don't want to know, this is absolutely true. Both of these post-credit scenes are in the film. The first post-credit scene says, the Council of Kangs gathered discussing how the Kang they exiled has been killed. The council is led by Immortus and includes Rama Tut and possibly a version of Scarlet Centurion. I'm smiling already because it's fucking dope. My God. However, they are not red. They are not happy that their exiled variant was killed by others and vow to stop them. Our heroes who have started to meddle in the multiverse as they may kill everything they've built. Interconnected timelines. They call upon other Kangs for support in preparation for the dastardly plan. The scene ends in a coliseum full of Kang variants, including a Skrull version. And I love that. Because that was one of my biggest things that I've been saying. We needed to see other versions of Kang. And I still say we need to see Kang taking out different versions of the Avengers from different timelines, multiverse, whatever. Different universes. We should even be seeing that. And I love that. I think that's super dope. Because that even kind of couples with the rumor that I talked to you guys about last week we talked about that. And that was that in Kang Dynasty, this is a rumor, in Kang Dynasty that it's going to be comprised of different teams taking on different versions of Kang. Like, a cosmic team taking on the Scarlet Centurion. We're supposed to be seeing a 616 Illuminati formed by Doctor Strange taking on Immortus. The new Avengers team built by Sam Wilson's Captain America taking on the Kang from Quantumania, and a Young Avengers team taking on. It didn't say Iron Lad. It didn't say Iron Lad. It just said a version of Kang. It didn't say Iron Lad. Did it say Iron Lad? No, it just said a version of Kang. So that's even coupled with that. So I think that's really cool too. If any of that happens, obviously this post-credit scene is happening. But if any of the things that I just named happen, that also sounds really cool to me too. Now this is post-credit scene number 2. It says we see a stage and then Victor Timely. Victor Timely, another Kang variant, as he is making a presentation to the audience. He has his classic mustache and set looks like it is in the 30s or 40s. In the crowd watching Victor on stage is Loki looking terrified and Mobius looking confused. And I love that because it also ties in with the Victor Timely stuff for Loki Season 2. Victor Timely has been rumored to show up in Loki Season 2 for a long time. I've talked about that with you guys in the past. Victor Timely has been rumored to show up and even suggest that maybe Victor Timely was even one of the ones involved with the Stark Expo stuff we saw in Captain America, the first Captain America film, the first Avenger, where we saw that if you take yourself back to the first Captain America film, in Marvel Comics, Victor Timely comes to the year 1901, I believe. I forget, he names the town Timely something. I forget what he names the town, but he even becomes mayor of the town. And he's there to further progress technology and things like that. Well, he, in the comics, created the first Human Torch that showed up in Marvel Comics. He created the Human Torch, blah, blah, blah. But it was an android Human Torch and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Some people have been saying that the synthetic man maybe Victor Timely created, because instead of the Human Torch at the Stark Expo in the MCU, it's the synthetic man. So maybe Victor Timely created that synthetic man, maybe with Stark's father, with Tony's father, and even the hover car and the whole Expo thing. Maybe Victor Timely was involved with that. So maybe, just maybe, the point in time that Loki and Mobius find themselves at in Loki Season 2 with Victor Timely could possibly be way back during that entire time, during the first Avengers time. Now, what year does the first Avengers take place in? Somebody has to help me with that. Forget what year the first Avengers film takes place in, but just because, even if it doesn't take place, around the time that Victor Timely would have been there, 1901, that still doesn't mean that Victor Timely's presence still could not have been felt later on. Still does not mean that all his contributions to technology could not have been felt later on in the film. So it's all interesting. It's all very, very interesting, and I have so many thoughts and so many ideas that I really can't wait to see. 1944. Thank you, Gray. 1944 is when that film takes place. Connor said John said it's confusing. Yeah, it is confusing. That's why we need things to be connected. That's why I said it sounds very interesting. Although be it confusing, we still need some things to make sense and connect and everything like that. But we'll have to wait and see. Yes, Double Tar Victor Timely is being played by Jonathan Majors. So from what we've heard, every variant that we see of Kang will be played by Jonathan Majors. Every single one of them will be played. So we'll see how that goes. But I will show this again from last night because, we did not, because of how choppy the stream was, we really didn't get to watch this. So let's go ahead and watch this here. This is the featurette that Marvel Studios put out.
You come from above. Like him. He will burn the world to find you. Who? The Conqueror.
Kang the Conqueror is the new iconic villain in the MCU.
We knew we wanted to go to places that we'd never been
and pitting Ant-Man against a major villain felt perfect.
Audiences have seen a version of this character in the series Loki. This is wild. In our film, he's very different.
Kang is an infinite number of different personas. And you need an actor to be able to pull that off. And that is Jonathan Majors.
He can rewrite existence and shatter timelines. In this film, this is really a side of him we haven't seen. This is his baddest self.
I will take my revenge on those who banished me.
And I will burn them out of time.
I think the film is ultimately about how time plays within our relationship. Love, friendship, legacy. Ant-Man versus Kang. This is it. People are gonna lose their mind.
You're out of your league, Ant-Man.
I'm still looking forward to seeing this film. I am still looking forward to seeing this film, despite what people are saying, the negative things that are coming out about it. I am still looking forward to seeing this film. I'm looking forward to seeing Kang. I'm looking forward to seeing Jonathan Majors. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing those post-credit scenes. And the last thing that I will show here is this here. This is Jeff Loveness last night at the red carpet event, kind of just talking about
We got Jeff Loveness here with us.
everything.
That has made me follow Kane. I had to follow Jonathan Majors, the most charismatic man alive.
Well, considering the fact that you wrote this movie, we figure you're the person to talk to about him and what you wanted to explore with this character, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Jonathan's the best. I cannot wait for you guys to see what he does with Kane the Conqueror. He is this multifaceted villain. As the writer on this, like, obviously you want to bring the heat as a villain, which he does, but you also want to make the villain his own hero in his own story. And I can't say much, but like, Kang's story is just beginning, and I cannot wait to see what Jonathan does.
Well, I think something you probably can speak to as somebody who's written Marvel Comics before and is coming in here.
You guys know.
What was it like
We're
to be
Marvel.
able to delve into so much of this stuff? I mean, we've got the quantum realm, we've got freedom fighters, we've got Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
You get to play with a lot of the action figures in this movie.
Absolutely. No, I grew up reading Marvel Comics. They basically taught me how to read X-Men and Spider-Man comics. And like, a guy like Kane has been written so well from everyone from like Stan Lee to Kurt Busiek to Rick Remender. I mean, he has touched every corner of the Marvel Universe, and he can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the Marvel Universe.
As you are a lifelong comics fan, what was it like the day you got the call or the day that you found out that you actually got this assignment?
I loved X-Men. I loved Spider-Man. The Marvel world was so huge to me. To actually write a movie at this scale, a movie that I would have loved if I was 8 years old or 33, which I am, I suppose. I'm going to be dead soon. But it's a thrill, and I hope you guys love it. I think it's funny and exciting and big, and hey, the movies are back, baby. That's what I have to say.
All right.
All right.
Well, we're both older than you, so thanks, Jeff Loveness.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that there because obviously we all know we've talked quite a bit about Jeff Loveness over here. We've talked quite a bit about Jeff Loveness and him writing not just Quantumania, but he's also writing Kang Dynasty and things like that. So I'm still pretty high on this film. I do want to see it. Obviously, I'll have to wait to give my real review next Friday. It's not just myself. It'll be myself. It'll be Corey. It'll be, I believe Kellen is coming, I think, and Q. We will all be in here, and we will be giving you guys our review for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania next Friday. So, but as always, question is for you guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking about some of the reviews that have come out for Quantumania. What are you thinking about some of the things that Josh over at Den of Nerds had to say that he's heard from behind the scenes over at Marvel Studios, what they think about the film? And what are you thinking about what Jeff Loveness had to say? And just overall, are you still anticipating this film? Are you one of the ones that are saying to yourself, you know, I don't really care what the reviewers are saying, I've got to see it for myself? Or are you one of the ones that goes off of what reviewers think and you're going to wait until this film hits Disney Plus before you view it, before you have your first time viewing it? So let me know down below in the comments what you guys are all thinking. Let's see. T-Sizzle said, oh yeah, no bro, I'm not gonna get struck for that. So I got struck for the clip The clip I showed yesterday, the clip where where Kang says to Ant-Man, "Have I killed you before?" Apparently, that's not a clip that, I guess, I don't know if Marvel put that out. I don't know who put that clip out, but it's not on, and Marvel Studios is not promoting that clip. That clip is being promoted by everyone but Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios has not posted on their YouTube. They haven't posted on their Twitter, not their Instagram, not anything. But I was under the impression yesterday that they fucking did. So I was like, oh, I can share. I can play this then. Since Marvel played it, I can play it. Yeah, they hit me with a big ass. They said, "Fuck you," blocked my ass. I got that email about 2 a.m. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, well, fuck me. I didn't know. So, not for the featurette, though. We're good on the featurette. Let's see what some of you guys are saying here. Yes, Double Tar MODOK is going to perish, so it seems. Let's see. Nathan Moore said, someone I watch on YouTube said it was cute. Let me see. Skillmonger said, I wonder how much screen time Kang has. Good question. I don't know. Xavier Phoenix said, Kang is definitely the reason I'm going. He's definitely the reason I'm going. Raptor Cloak said, it's sounding like Kang will be like Darth Vader, and I'm hyped as sin for it. Yeah, bro, I can't wait to see him as Kang. I really can't. So Yuri G said, let's be real, no disrespect to Paul Rudd nor Ant-Man as a character, but we all are going, exactly, we're all going to see this movie for Kang. It is literally called Kang Begins. You're not lying, bro. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I like the first Ant-Man film. I do not like the second Ant-Man film. It's on my you know, when I do my Marvel journeys with friends, like, okay, I have friends that are twins. And they told me, they were like, hey, we want to start this was in 2020, because we didn't have shit to do, obviously. They were like, we want to start a Marvel journey with you. I'm sorry, not 2020. This was after WandaVision, after Loki, after all that. They were like, we want to start the Marvel journey with you, and we don't know anybody better to start it with, because you can explain the shit to us as we're going. I'm like, cool, let's do it. Obviously, we didn't watch everything, because there were some things I was like, listen, I'm not wasting my time, and I'm not wasting your time. We don't need to watch this film. So what I did, I went to YouTube, I put on Ant-Man 2 in 5 minutes, to where they could get the gist of the movie in 5 minutes. I'm never checking for Ant-Man. I've said this before, like, whenever in the MCU have you ever heard someone say, oh my god, we're under attack, better call Ant-Man? Fucking never. Fucking never. No one has ever said that. Now, I'm not disrespecting Ant-Man, because my man's in the comics is vastly different from what they've done with him in the MCU. But in the MCU, you never say someone saying, oh shit, better call Ant-Man. Like, that's just not a thing. But I agree with you. We're all going for Kang. Let's see. Gray said, who's taking on Rama Tut? That surprisingly was not in the leak. Rama Tut's name I did not see in the leak. That's why I didn't bring him up, because I'm like, I don't know. His name wasn't in the leak, though. Let's see. Raymond 2000 said, is this going to be like Far From Home, that post-credit scene, better than the movie? Maybe. And he said he's a Far From Home, and he liked Far From Home. So did I. Let's see. Omega095 said, Kang vs. Scrolls of Kangs. The main villain is Wong. Why Wong? We all love Wong. Gray said, I read that one there. Double Tar said, Marvel ruined MODOK. Oh, Marvel, yeah, bro. Remember when I put that freeze frame? Do I still have that picture? Do I still have that MODOK picture? Let's look at where they first butchered MODOK. Let's see. It's already zoomed in. Why do I always spell his name with a fucking A? Where are you? Where's that picture? Where is that picture of him? Nah, there it is. Yeah, bro. They ruined MODOK with this shit. Like, I don't know who the fuck said that this shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know. What the fuck? What? Hold on. Fucking Disney lurking, not wanting me to bash MODOK. Just the whole link just disappeared. Hold on. Where is he? Because we had a very good laugh about this shit. We had a very, very, very good laugh about this shit. Ah, there's our friend. Yeah. No, bro. They ruined MODOK with the trailer. Like, I don't know how you... Like, from my understanding, he's very comedic in the film. I mean, his look is comedic, so I don't expect anything different. Again, I'll show it. I'll show it. I'll show it. I'll show it. And just because I don't remember his name in the film, I have to put it that way. Like, so are we still pretending like that's just not MODOK? Are we pretending like MODOK is not just Mr. Electric from fucking Spy Kids? Because he is. And Mr. Electric from Spy Kids looks fucking better. He does. He fucking does. Yeah, they ruined him. It seems like they did ruin him. And what did the leak say? What did the leak say? The leak said MODOK Darren dies after having a change of heart because Cassie calls him a dick, so he dies because he was called a dick. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that shit plays out. I'm not sure. Justin said, I thought this Kang was supposed to be... That's what I've heard. That's what the original leak said, that this Kang is our Kang. Like the one who's going to be... And he is. This Kang is the one that's going to be the Kang in Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars and everything. He does not die. He seemingly dies, but he does not die. This Kang is the Kang. That's why the people that Josh was talking with from, that he got the inside stuff from that work behind the scenes at Marvel, they said they wish he wasn't. They don't want him to be the Kang for Kang Dynasty or the Kang for Secret Wars or just the overall big bad Kang. Let's see. Yes, Raymond saying Council of Kangs and saying a scroll version. Dougie Fresh said, like I said yesterday, if he's not the Kang, I don't really care what happens to him. I just want a good performance. Right. If he's not the Kang, that's fine. He can die. But if he's the Kang, he is the Kang. From what we know, I could be wrong. I mean, things are subject to change. We could be wrong. But just from what we know, he is the Kang. And I don't believe he dies. I just think it's seemingly he dies. I believe, isn't that what the fucking thing said? Blah, 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 blah. They're not happy that an exiled variant... No, they put killed. They didn't say seemingly. They said killed. I don't think he dies. I think it's a seemingly type of deal. Dougie Fresh said MODOK was not needed. He has 3 fans. Let's see. Touch some of these down at the bottom here. Oh yeah, I was supposed to make that the damn screensaver. Let's see. Let's start with Raymond here. Marvel went downhill when Nate Moore got on board. Source material is very important. Very. Sizzle said, as a comic fan, I got mad issues with this franchise. Raymond said, nobody cares about Ant-Man in the MCU. No. Sizzle said, the comic Hank and Janet are dope. Same, yeah. Dorian said, it sounds like this Kang wants to escape and kill the... Yeah, he doesn't... I said that last week when I was talking about the whole Cosmic Team versus Centurion, the Illuminati versus Immortus. I said... But correct me if I'm wrong. Remember, I said this last week. I said, correct me if I'm wrong. This Kang doesn't get along with the fucking Kangs. Like, he hates the other Kang. So, I don't know why they're upset that he got killed because they put him there. Didn't they imprison him? From my understanding, they imprisoned him. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm understanding it wrong. Let's see. John said, not even Kang made justice to the film. Gray said, well, Sam said, I know a guy. Ducky Fresh said, Ant-Man's cool, but he needs to stop false claiming being an Avenger. He has never been on the roster. That's true. He hasn't. Antonio Film said, what up, y'all? What up? Appreciate you being here. D Stizzle said, oh, the screensaver. Roger said, looks like a trash can with legs. Xavier said, MODOK looking all kinds of crazy. Yeah, bro. All kinds of crazy. Let me go back to his picture. Sorry. Kept it on. Let me make sure we go back to MODOK. Bring him back up. Ah, there he is. Ah, there that shit is. Make sure. I want y'all to just keep looking at that. Grace said, motherfucker looks like goddamn with a side of whoa. Raymond said, I hear lowrider when I see that picture. Oh, that shit's funny. John said, and Kang dies with an explosion in his multiversal ship. It's like I said, it's the same. It's the Kang dying is the equivalent to the Scarlet Witch dying in Multiverse of Madness. If the shit's true about the rumors, it is true. It's fucking true. The rumors are true. This shit is true. The Marvel subreddit team, they get that shit right. So the equivalent of Kang dying is, I'm going to put akin to the equivalent of the Scarlet Witch dying in Multiverse of Madness. Kang ain't fucking dead. Pookie Wood said, late, how we sound about Ant-Man. Still for me, thumbs up. Still for me, it's a thumbs up. Let's see. Dorian Clayton said, it may be a thing of if any Kang dies, it's done by his own. It's by his own and not no one else. Maybe so. Mega Zero said, what if Harley Kiner is indeed MCU Kang variant Nathaniel Richards, but gets adopted when he's born? His parents, Reed and Sue, disappeared at the time, right before the events of Iron Man. I'm gonna really put this out there because I know a lot of people are wanting the Harley kid to come back. That brother, I don't believe is coming back, especially not as Iron Lad or anything like that. Because from what we've understood, Jonathan Majors, outside of Iron Lad, if Iron Lad is even being done, is playing every version of Kang. Every version of Kang. He's playing Victor Timely in Loki. He's playing the Scarlet Centurion. He's playing Immortus. He's playing Ramatut. He's playing the Kang. He's playing every version of Kang. Now, I'm saying that because I know a lot of people want the Harley kid back. I know a lot of people have fan casted him as Iron Lad or some type of Iron something. I think he was at Tony's funeral. I think he was in Iron Man, what was that, 3? And the buck stops there. I don't think the MCU have any other plans for the Harley kid. I don't think so. Dougie Fresh said, I think them being mad about him being killed is an ego thing, and they take it as a sign of heroes meddling in their work. I like that a lot too. Maybe so. I like that. D Sizzle said, can writers Marcus and McFeely originally wanted him for their trilogy? Or Cap writers? Oh, really? Raymond said, if Kang steps on Ant-Man, that'd be a great callback to Nick Fury's line, Ant Boot in the first Avenger. Pookie Wood said, should cast him. Yo, they should have. They should have. I fucking was so on board with that when Jim Carrey was announced to be MODOK. I was like, bro, yes. That's perfect fucking casting. Yes. They should have, though. They should have. Zangbeto said they should have kept the mask on MODOK. Yeah. See, John says the Kang Dynasty will burn the MCU heroes. Okay. Some of them not even know about the multiverse, but just because Ant-Man and Wasp killed Kang, they start to be friends on the MCU heroes. Then Zangbeto said fake out deaths cheapen the characters, in my opinion. I hate that whole death thing anyway. Why does somebody always have to die? Like, why can't they be creative, bro? Be fucking creative. At the end of a superhero film, not always the hero or the villain have to die. Like, you just don't have to do that. Dougie Fresh said, I promise y'all, the boy from Iron Man 3 is not. He's not. He's not. I've been saying that, bro. I know a lot of people, and I came in light on it. I didn't say he's not important, but I'm saying it now because you said it. So you said it, I'm backing it. He's not. He's not important. He was just a kid that they put in the film that, in a lackluster film, in my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Man 2 or 3. I like Iron Man 2 better than I like 3, but I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Man 3. And I believe, that, isn't it Iron Man? Yes, Iron Man 3 he's in. Yeah, it's Iron Man 3. That kid ain't coming back. He showed up to Tony's funeral, paid his respect, and took, that's it. I don't think the Harley kid's coming back. Official EMG, I'm sorry, Double Tar said Jonathan Majors can't play. No, he's not. Yeah, he's not playing Iron Lad. He's not going to play. That's why I said everything outside of Iron Lad, he's going to be every Kang outside of Iron Lad. Official EMG said, why do people... I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't give a shit about the Harley character. I don't. And I never thought he was coming back. I never thought he was going to come in and be the Iron Man protege. Like, Tony never even brought him up to Peter. Like, oh, I have this kid that's a friend of mine. Like, no. I don't know if that kid's important. Raymond said, does Victor Timely even have powers? Victor Timely, I mean, he has the powers of Kang. He can do the shit that Kang can do, because he is Kang. D Stizzle said, fake out deaths don't make sense for Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, Thanos, in my opinion, and Galactus. Skillmonger said, they had other actors play Loki, gotta have some for Kang to mix it up. I'm telling you, they're not. I'm just telling you, they're not. From what we've heard, Jonathan Majors is playing every version of Kang. Every version of Kang is going to be portrayed by Jonathan Majors. So but he's going to look like in some, like the Victor Timely, he's gonna have a mustache like Victor Timely, but it's gonna be Jonathan Majors. That's why, like even with Immortus, I expect him to probably have the goatee and everything, but it's gonna be Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is who we've heard he's playing every version of Kang. Every version of Kang. Because think about it this way. If I'm Marvel Studios and I have a brilliant actor in Kang, why would I, as much money as we're having to pay Jonathan Majors, I'm sure they're paying that man, why would I then go spend all this extra money on other actors to come in and be variants of the guy? Then we have the perfect guy right here. I just don't see, just from what, again, it's possible, but from what we've heard, he's Kang. And only him. Raymond said, people who want Harley as Iron Man, LOL, never picked up a comic book. Dorian Clayton said, who would you see play Dr. Doom to have an interconnection with Kang? I think the actor would need to be on par with Jonathan Majors. I mean, I'm still, I don't know who I want to be Doom. I really don't know who I want to be Doom. I really don't. At one point, the Jacob Elordi stuff sounded interesting to me. Jacob Elordi, if you guys don't know, Jacob Elordi is the dude from Euphoria that plays Nate. I thought he would have been interesting to have as Dr. Doom. One, he's a good actor. Two, he fits the bill of Victor Von Doom being the tall, handsome character that he is, things like that. I mean, Jacob fits that, checks that box as well. We already know he's damn good at playing villains. Look at him as Nate in Euphoria. So he was one that I was like, I could see him, but I honestly don't have a choice for Doom. If I had to pick one, a person that's named already, I would just go with Adam Driver. If I had to pick one with a name that's named already, I would probably go with Adam Driver. Jeezy said Jonathan Majors should portray all Kang variants, and he is. Double Tar said Jim Carrey MODOK would have been so much better. Jim Carrey said he's done with acting now. Sad. Double Tar said Majors can't play Iron Lad. Iron Lad is too young. Yep. Gray said the audience sees MODOK. Damn me, put your mask back on. Omega095 said R.I.P. Harley Is it Kiner? He's a nobody. Is it Kinner? How do you say his last name? Does it matter? Alpha Records said, "What the fuck, bro? Y'all talking about Little Iron Man from Iron Man?" Yes, that's who they're talking about. Little Iron Man from Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3. Like I said, the character was never important to me. And to be honest, I forget about him until people bring him up, or I weirdly see him put into the Young Avengers conversations. Like on people's thumbnails, I'll see them put him up there with the Young Avengers. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, no. Where did Tony land in Ohio? That's where he is currently, in Ohio. He came to wherever the fuck Tony was for the funeral and went expeditiously back to Ohio, and that's where he is. The Stizzle said, actually, fake out deaths for Kang and Ultron also makes sense because they would have backup plans. Yep. They would have backup plans for sure. Official MG said, Darius, don't forget Grace. Oh, yeah, Grace's tweet. Let me pull that up. Let me pull Grace's tweet up. Let me go to Miss Grace. See what she said. Let's see. Dorian Clayton said the MCU does a terrible job keeping good villains to have stay around longer. Killmonger, Whiplash, Mysterio, and some examples that could have still been used in the MCU. Let's see. John Connor said Harley will kill Kang. Dougie Fresh said the concept of Kang can already be confusing to casuals, so they probably want to keep the same actor for simplicity. I'm already assuming Iron Lad will be black. Yeah, I'm assuming. I think he's gonna be black because all the variants of Kang are gonna be black. Let's see. Dorian Clayton said Jonathan Majors is playing every version of Kang, like Mick Foley entering the Royal Rumble as different versions of himself. Sir Yuri G said it's still Adam Driver for me as Doom. Mind of Inception agrees. CGZ said Sam Witwer for Dr. Victor Von Doom. Holy shit. I never thought about that. But now I'm thinking about that. Because Sam Witwer still fits that bill. As far as like the, now how tall is Sam? I'm not sure. But when it comes to acting, now voice acting and acting are two different things. Has Sam Witwer ever physically acted? His voice acting is phenomenal, but has he ever physically acted? Because I don't know if you guys have seen the behind-the-scenes stuff of him as Maul recording for Rebels in the studio. The behind-the-scenes stuff when he does the Kenobi yell. He's a brilliant voice actor. Zang Beto said I still got my heart set on Adam Driver as Doom. Gray said Garrett Hedlund as for Doom. Raymond said Nicolas Cage would be great as Dr. Doom. Oh no, you didn't say Nicolas Cage. You said, who the fuck is this? Nika somebody. Let me see who this is. Oh, this dude. Oh, yes. Okay, you did this to me last time, Raymond. Can you just say the Kingslayer? If you just say the Kingslayer, I'm all there with you, bro. I'm like, yes. And I still agree with you. You said that the last time, and I still agree with you. For damn sure, he would make a fucking good Doctor Doom. So if I had to switch my first choice, it's him. Can't say his name. Nickelodeon. I don't know. He'd be great. He would be great. The Kingslayer. He would be great. Raymond said, is she still being a Karen on Beyonce? Whoa. What did Grace said something about Queen Bee? What did she say about Bee? Sir Yuri G said, not talking to me. Dorian Clayton said, Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders would be good. So would, the Kingslayer from Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister would be great. See that? See that? He said Jaime Lannister, so I knew who the fuck he was talking about. Let me see. John Connor said Armor Wars might be after Kang Dynasty and could be the Battle World situation. See, Jeezy said Harley only made a potato gun. Stizzle said to Junior equals Panther Lad. Oh, God. Grace said, Clace Bang, the Northman for Doom. Mind of Inception did the Kenobi yell. Gray said Sam Witwer was Doomsday and Small. Oh, was he? Okay. See, I didn't know. I did not know that. So he has done physical acting. How was he? Was he great? I bet he was great. Zang Beto said, I'm still mad at Coogler for killing Claw in BP1. Andy Serkis was a scene stiller. Andy Serkis is great. Dorian Clayton said, oh, damn, I never would have thought of him as Doom, but now I see it. It would be perfect. Sam has done acting and has been good in every role I see him. He would be great. He really would. Gigi says, Sam played a vampire on a series. Okay. Raymond laughing at what I said. Sorry. Cleve17 said Sam played as Doomsday on Smallville back in the day. D Stizzle said a younger Mads Miskellen. That's the dude that's related to Lars McKellen, all right, or however the fuck you say that last name, would have been a good Doom. Raymond said, read slowly, Darius. I said on Beyonce's internet. Oh, my fault. I thought she said something about B. I was about to say, what the fuck did she say about B? BB might have motherfucking business. Gray said, uh-oh, that beehive don't play. Not at all. Pookie Wood said, I'm going to hold my opinion on B on this channel. Hey. No B hate. No B hate. I love Beyonce. I like B. Grace said, now I didn't like this newest album, but I like B. Grace said he was all right. Let's see. And then John said, but not all variants look the same, so Harley might be adopted and his real name might be Nathaniel Richards. I'm telling you, they're not. I'm telling you. That's fine. It's a fun theory. But Harley's in Ohio. I'm telling you. The MCU has no plans for this kid. I don't even know where they would put them in. Like, he was just a kid in Iron Man 3, and just to show the importance of him and Tony's relationship, they had him show up to the funeral. That's it. That's literally it. Omega095 said Mickey Mouse on doing MCU movies. Oh boy, let's add nonsense characters out of nowhere and make Thor a useless joke. Oh boy, a new TV series to anger the VFX artist all day. New full theme song of Quad Strike coming on Spotify February 10th, possibly with a full long anime video more longer on YouTube too. Usually all seasons get full theme with video. Our last night band dope. And then we got D Stizzle that said, Sam's a great actor, but I don't think he looks like Victor. He looks like he's from Chicago, which he is. So Yuri G said, Caleb McLaughlin as Iron Lad. Maybe so. I just feel like that boy is just getting fan casted for everything, but maybe so. Officially MC said, Darius, do you like Renaissance? Or don't like Renaissance? No, I don't like Renaissance. I mean, there's certain songs, but the overall album for me, it was just like, it was okay. It was all right. I'm waiting on Rihanna to drop an album. That's what I'm waiting on. I haven't heard shit from Rihanna since Kiss It Better, Love on the Brain, all that shit. I'm needing to hear some shit and I'm not talking about that fucking. No, I'm talking about I need to hear some shit from Rihanna. Raymond said I originally hated the album, but TikTok forced me to like it, and she should have won that award. Let's see. Did Beyonce? Oh yeah, I saw people because Harry Styles won. Gray said the bad guy from Doctor Strange and Casino Royale for Doctor Doom. Oh wait, who are you talking about? Bad guy from Doctor Strange and Casino Royale. I had to look it up. Dougie Fresh said, I hope this Harley rumor gets killed soon. I'm tired of hearing it. Bro. John said, Eric Bana Eric Bana's Hulk will be in Secret Wars. From what we've heard so far, no. And the reason being that he won't be in Secret Wars is because, just from what we've heard, again, I don't know anything. I don't know, bro. Again, I don't work for Marvel. I can only tell you what I've heard. And what I've heard is, seeing as Mark Ruffalo's version of the Hulk is literally that version of the Hulk, they don't see the need to bring him in. That's just what we've heard. It could change, though. Official Liam G said, I've been bopping that album since release, my favorite B album. And then John Connor said, Led Zeppelin, the best band ever. Planet Poppy said, Lift Me Up was horrible. Would have been better with what? Tim's? Felicity said, Javier Bardem. Let me see. Who are we saying Javier for? For Doom? Are we saying Javier Bardem for Doom? Yeah, this is the dude that played in No Country for Old Men. Oh, okay, no, you're answering Gray, Felicity, when you said Casino Royale and Doctor Strange. Wait, Javier Bardem's in Doctor Strange? I don't remember him in Doctor Strange. Oh no, Felicity says she heard Bardem for Doom a while back, huh? I'm looking at him and I could see it. I could see it. He's played many villains before. I mean, obviously in that my least favorite Pirates of the Caribbean film. Obviously what he did in No Country for Old Men, Skyfall. Yeah. Not against it. Let's see. Zangbeto said, I can see Kelly MacLachlan as a superhero. Raymond said, Rihanna needs to come back. Yeah, man. Janet needs to come back. I need them to not sell MJ's catalog and release that music. I need Stevie to come back. That's all who I really want. I don't care about anybody. Anybody else? T. Stizzle said, Matt's brother Lars voiced Thrawn. Okay, that's what I thought. The same last names. Mega095 said, sorry to say this, but Kid Cudi's Stars in the Sky from Sonic movie was underrated. The song should have won an award. I've seen a lot of people say that they really liked the soundtrack for the Sonic movie. He played Caecilius. Wait. Javier Bardem played... Did he? Hold the fuck up. Did he? I'm not seeing Doctor Strange on here. Now I have to know who played who played Caecilius, because hold on. Why would he not just be on the front of cast members? They got here on the front of cast members. A Kamertage disciple. Why would he not be at the front? Like, what the fuck? Backwards ass shit. Now I have to go on a fucking scavenger hunt for the character. Where the fuck? Are we not supposed to know who played him? Okay. Fuck that. Because now I'm dedicated to know. Google wants to make it a fucking scavenger hunt, so now I'm dedicated to know who the fuck played. Let me see. Full cast. Thank you. All right, Caecilius, where are you at? Where is he? Why is it giving me the Multiverse of Madness team cast? Oh, I'm getting frustrated. Hold on. I'm sorry, because now I have to know. I have to fucking know now. I just want Doctor Strange. Just the first Doctor Strange film. Holy shit. Why is this like looking for fucking Area 51? Oh my god. I can't just get this to pop up? Oh my. It's not even like on okay. Let's see. Maybe this is it. Okay, think this is it. Oh, that's who you guys are saying played Caecilius. I'm a dumbass. I'm sitting here thinking you guys are saying Javier Bardem played Caecilius, and I'm like, wait, did he? I don't remember that shit. But that's not what the fuck you guys were talking about. So I went on this whole ass scavenger hunt, and we weren't even talking about the same fucking person. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let's see. Yeah, I see now. Everybody's telling me, dumbass, look at the chat. I see now. Yes, okay. It makes sense. It makes all the sense now. Because I was thinking to myself, that brother was not Caecilius. But, okay. Makes all the sense now. Makes all the sense. Let's go back. Let's see. Official MG said, can't wait for Ree at the Super Bowl this Sunday. I know. So I'm excited too. Let's see. Grace said, every time Lift Me Up plays, I turn down the volume. Reggie Foster said, what's up with the page? I know. Thank you so much, Reggie. You've been asking. So Henry and I have gotten the Patreon set up. We have gotten the member streams set up. We've got to do some kink working. We've got to do some working in there on it. But we got some kinks to knock out. That's what I meant. We got some kinks to knock out in there. So we got to get in there and knock out some kinks, and then once it is fully set up, I will share those links for everyone. Raymond said, wait a minute. Raymond said Javier Bardem is not in that movie. They cast him as Desi Arnaz in the Lucille Ball. Yeah, that's right. And I thought he was the wrong. I didn't watch the Lucille Ball movie. I wanted to, though. It's still on my list of fucking shit to watch. I have so much stuff to watch. It's still on my list, though. Has anybody seen the Lucy movie? Was it good? Let me know if it was good. Pookie Wood said, Janet is touring. I'm sad I can't afford a decent Janet ticket when she comes to Austin this summer. Let's see. Felicity said, Mads played Caecilius. Bardem was the villain in Skyfall. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see. Everybody laughing. Ducky Fresh said Darius never change. Raymond said, I have the same feelings about Beyonce's latest stuff as I do with Kurt Franklin. Everything was fine pre-Smile. After Smile, everything sucked. After that, Baby, It's You and Lemonade, I lost interest. D Stizzle said, first time I saw Mads was in King Arthur. C. Jeezy said, or telling me to look at the chat, because I know I'm a dumbass. I should have looked at the chat. Let's see. Planet Bobby said, Yittity! The John Witherspoon voice. Okay. The only reason I say younger is because Victor and Reed should be the same age. I wasn't saying okay to you, D Stizzle. I was saying okay to my computer giving me a weird alert. D Stizzle also said Mads was also in Rogue One. He is. Don't tell me. Don't put it in the chat. Do not put it in the chat. My brain works today. Don't put it in the chat. Stardust, help me. Don't put it in the chat. Galen Erso. He played Galen Erso. Ha! Told you my brain works. Galen Erso. Okay. Let's see. Professor Film Fan came in. Have you been here the whole time? I don't remember. I don't think I've seen you much throughout the chat, but appreciate you being here. D Stizzle said he designed the Death Star. Yes, he did. Stardust. Project Stardust. Mega095 said, I'm waiting for the Flash movie in the Super Bowl. I'm waiting to see that trailer for sure. Waiting to see that trailer. Raymond said, I actually like... Wait a minute. Wait. Profess the film... No, yeah, you said you haven't been here. Yeah. Because I'm about to say, I haven't seen you in the chat. I have not seen you. All right. Let's see. John said, do you think Giselle will return in Fast X? That's what they've said. They've said she's coming back. How? I don't know. No one's ever really gone. So, but they've said she's coming back. So yeah. And it looks like it is going to be Gal playing her, so she's coming back. Raymond said, I actually like the Lucy movie, but it only focuses on the Red Scare when people thought she was a communist because she had red hair. I wanted like a film of her whole life. I didn't know that was the focus of the film. Omega095 said, if you're waiting for Sonic Movie 3, better make sure you download all Crush 40 Sonic Adventure songs, because rumor they will play the band's music from Sonic Adventure 2 in the movie because of Shadow. And then he also said Shadow was introduced in the Sonic Adventure 2. Crush 40 band songs was amazing in the game. Writers of Sonic movie said in an interview to bring Crush 40 songs for the third movie for nostalgic fans. I'm just ready to see Shadow. That post-credit scene was dope. John said, and Dom Toretto might die. I hope the franchise dies, but yeah, I've heard that too. He might. John also said, and Brian O'Connor might be played by Cody Walker. Really interesting. D. Stizzle said she'll come back through the power, cosmic energy of family. You're right. It's all about family. Raymond said, I bet you they're going to bring Brian back to have one of Paul's brothers play him. Well, that is just what John Connor said. The rumor, I guess, is that Cody Walker's going to be playing him. And like Raymond said, oh, wow, another recast. Dougie Fresh said, at least Paul Walker got a proper send-off, unlike King T'Challa. John said, in the Fast Saga, Jess, Vince, and Elena really die. See, I've checked out after Fast 7. I haven't watched any of them after Fast 7 because to me it's just like, how fast and furious can you fucking get? It's just like, damn. I mean, the space thing, No. Dorian Clayton said, where would you start Victor at? Would he already be ruling ruling Latveria as Doom and just been, quiet this whole time? Yep, that's how I do it. Or would you start him like the first No, I would want him established. From my understanding, the Fantastic Four are already established, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe they already have their... No, they do. The rumor said they already have their powers when we meet them. When we meet them in the film, they already have their powers, which means Doom already has his powers, which means he's been out there. So I would assume to myself, I want, yes, exactly what you named is what I want. I would want him to already be ruling over Latveria. You know, there's that whole Moon Knight rumor that where Moon Knight was Latveria, where when all of Harlow's descendants bowed to Harlow, when he said whatever the fuck he said to Egyptian, and they all bowed to him, and only Oscar Isaac's only Stephen, was it Stephen at the time? It might have been Stephen Grant. Only Stephen or Mark, whichever one of the personas was standing up, and they were saying that where he was Latveria. That was a theory and a rumor. And I remember people saying that doesn't make sense, because why would Dr. Doom let his people praise Harlow? Well, no, you have to understand Dr. Doom to answer that question. Dr. Doom doesn't give a flying shit who the people of Latveria pray to. Because Dr. Doom has even stated that in comics. He has said in comics, at the end of the day, they pray to me. At the end of the day, they know that I provide them with shelter. I provide them with protection. I provide them with food. They can pray to who they want to, but at the end of the day, they bow to me. And so I kind of liked that whole theory of Latveria being already established, and it, being maybe seen in Moon Knight. I don't know, but I would want it to be already established. Let's say, Omega 095 said, Is it true the rumor Grant Gustin finished his Flash role after season 9? He's not appearing as in Flash movie. He and Ezra's Flash meet in Infinite Crisis. Yes, I remember the whole crossover scene. Maybe a cameo of Grant in the movie. I wouldn't hold my breath on it. I think DC wants to get this film out, get it done, and get it over with. I think that's where they're at with it. I don't even know if they have anyone picked for the Flash, let alone if they're recasting. Dougie Fresh said, have you seen the trailer for Fast 9 at least? It's pure. I haven't, bro. I haven't. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not watched it. My interest is not peaked. D Stizzle said, and to think the whole franchise started with Vin, Ja Rule, and Paul. Right. Zane Beto said that kills another one of the anti-recasters arguments. Josh Connor said, certainly the Fast Saga is way more despite of the stupid action relatable than the multiverse. I love the first 9, the story of the lost brother. Yeah, like I said, I love Fast 7. I love, the first 7. They're good. Gray said, motherfuckers got Infinity Stones over there in the Fast and Furious franchise too. See, Jeezy said, Doom should be trying to retrieve his mom from Mephisto. He beat Mephisto too. Raymond said, God, Moon Knight was such a disappointment. It was okay for what it was, but it was a disappointment nonetheless. D Stizzle said, no Victor origin story, but I'll take flashbacks. Yeah, I don't want an origin, but I'll take flashbacks. D Stizzle also said, Doom doesn't say or do anything without specific reason. Exactly. Like there, yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Like there's always, he's motivated by something. It's always an agenda with him. John Connor said, friendship, loyalty, honor, sacrifice, multiculturalism. Doom is a real survivor. He is way more worthy of Susan Storm than Reed. Omega 095 said, how many anti-heroes or villain origin movies do you think Sony would had done if they had owned Marvel before? Probably as many as they're doing now. And they would soon find that they'd go bankrupt doing that because no one gives a fuck about that shit. Again, I don't know anybody checking for El Muerto. I don't know anybody checking for the Rhino Sandman buddy cop film. I don't know anybody that checked for Morbius. I don't know anybody checking for Kraven the Animal Lover. Are you checking for a solo Black Cat film? Do you want to see Black Cat do her own thing, or do you want to see Black Cat with Spider-Man? Do you want to see Spider-Man with Rhino and Sandman? Do you want to see Spider-Man? I don't really want to see Spider-Man with El Muerto either. I just don't want to see El Muerto. I mean, the Hypno Hustler shit, I would say they would probably do as many as they're doing now. D Stizzle said Doom should be squaring up against Strange. Yeah. Omega 095 said, is El Muerto rumor Sony? Oh, no, it's not a rumor. It's real. That ain't a rumor. It's real. Sony movie is really what we are looking forward to. Anyone here for El Muerto? Hell no. No one's here for no. I don't think anybody's looking for El Muerto. Dorian Clayton said, too many Omega. They would do way too many. Josh Connor said, Doom might be the big bad for the Eternity Saga. That's what we've heard. Not a might. What we've heard is Doom is the big bad for Phase 7, which is rumored to be either the Eternity Saga or the Mutant Saga. We don't know which one they're calling it yet, but we do know that they did purchase the rights to use the Eternity Saga. So, could be one. D Sizzle said Doom vs. Tony Stark would have been dope. Besides magic, these two have a lot of similarities. Gray said, I want to see Spider-Man / Black Cat film, but if she's by herself, I'll survive. I'll survive. I won't go see it in theaters. I'll wait. I'm not, bro. That's like, I'm not watching this stuff without the franchise's main character, bro. Like, why do we think that Pirates of the Caribbean keeps getting shot down? Because you want to do it without Johnny Depp. Well, actually, take that back. They don't want to do it without Johnny Depp anymore, but Johnny Depp is refusing to do it, as he should. But you want to do it even without Captain Jack Sparrow? No one... What? I don't know. I wouldn't watch that. I wouldn't waste my money on that. This Velma series. Where the fuck is Scooby? Where the fuck is Scooby? I didn't watch that shit. I wasn't ever going to watch it, but where's Scooby? Like, why do we care about franchises without the franchise's main... Again, last thing I'll pose. Would you go see Titanic and it's just a bunch of motherfuckers swimming? I don't know. I'm just like, it's weird that we keep dismissing, and when I say we, I'm talking about studios, dismissing the franchise's main character. Shit don't make sense. It don't make sense. Skillmonger said they will make more money just doing right with the Spider-Man films. Everything else is just a waste. Right. Amy991 said, I want to see Doom vs. Doctor Strange. Zangbeto said the Hypno Hustler movie gonna blow you away. Pause. Mark my words, Terrace. We'll see. We will see. Hypno Hustler. Man, it's on my vision board. I'm waiting for it. John said Tony Stark acts like an anti-hero in the Age of Ultron and Civil War as well. So yes, him and Doom have some radical ways to improve order and stability. I know. They flat out told Tony fucking tried to do Ultron the first time, and then got into the stuff he got into with it. Then flat out just said, "Well, fuck it, let's just do it again." I mean, yes, that's Tony, bro. Professor Film Fan said Black Cat is not a franchise lead character. No. Kenny said, how did the people at HBO Max not say where the fuck is Scooby? I don't know. Like, where the fuck is Scooby? That doesn't make sense, bro. It's just weird. It's weird. It's so weird. I'm trying to think of another one. Like, what's something else? What is something else? Is there something... What is something else I can think of? Like, I don't know. Just franchise main characters in general. D Stizzle said, love me some Black Cat. I'll watch solo film if only if the writers and directors are on point. Gray said, swimming to the iceberg, coming to theaters near you. Kenny said, I'd watch Yormoto if Scooby was in it. D Stizzle said, but some Sony films suck. So, yeah. MH1991 said, saw a rumor that Miles Morales will make his debut in Spider-Man 4 and he'll be younger than Peter. That'd be great. It really would be great. I would love to see live action Miles. Omega095 said, if there's a full video of Quad Strike coming with the full song later, I'll make sure to tell you. Bye, man. Awesome night. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out, Omega0. Thank you. John said, but in the second time he put Jarvis Matrix in Vision, if he did that in the first time, maybe Ultron went right. Maybe, but I mean, still, he still fucked up and said, let's do it again. Grace said, Scooby Dooby Doo, where the fuck are you? Dougie Fresh said, if you're watching these Sony villain movies in theaters, you're a part of the problem. Let them bleed. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not checking for that shit, bro. Mind of Inception said, you think we'll ever see Killmonger face off Kang in the future? Well, there's been that picture of that dope fan edited picture of Killmonger staring down Kang. It's really dope. It's actually really dope. Let me, because I know official EMG. I'm still checking Grace's shit. You got to check it. I'm just reading this last comment here. Actually, it's not directed toward me, so that's okay. So let's read what Grace had to say here before I jump out of here. Hold on. Let's see. It was about. What was Liam? If you're still in the chat, you may not be, but if you're still in the chat, it was about Mr. Terrific. Okay, I see the one about Mr. Terrific. She said, over at DC, I heard they are also developing Mr. Terrific, but nothing official yet. She said, I mean, they could also change the villain in Thunderbolts, I guess. I just don't know. The most recent info is they are looking for an African American to play the probable villain. What? And it's what? What? What is she talking about? What is she talking about? Is Liam still here? Okay. Read all 3 tweets. Read the first tweet. Days. Okay, the first tweet. Where's the first one? Which does it start with? Which is the first tweet, Liam? Which does it start with? Because is it the one where it starts with I'm trying to figure that out. Is it word is Marvel? That's what it starts with. Okay, word is Marvel. All right, let's see. Oh, that's this. Okay, well, fuck me. It's the tweet right in front of me. I'm sorry. I'm having a fucking night, bro. Okay, he said word is Marvel might be looking for African American actors to cast as Sentry. What the fuck? What the? Okay. Okay. Maybe to avoid Homelander comparisons? Why the fuck do they think we're that stupid? I would never. Okay, let's continue. Joining Captain America. Joining Captain America and Kang and Wonder Man as powerful black male characters in the MCU. Also, Blue Marvel is coming, which is most exciting to me. Over at DC, I hear they're also developing Mr. Terrific, but nothing official yet. I mean, they could also change the villain in Thunderbolts, I guess. I just know the most recent info is they are looking for African Americans to play the probable villain. Huh. So they want to make Sentry black. You know, in SpongeBob, whenever something's... Damn, I don't even know what it's called. You know in SpongeBob, whenever some stupid shit is said, and they do that close-up on SpongeBob with the music, where it's like... And it like zooms in on his face, and he puts his hand on... That's literally me. That is literally me. Oh, wow. Now, I'm excited about, obviously, the Blue Marvel stuff. That's dope. That's super dope. The Blue Marvel's coming. I can't wait to see Adam Brashear. Mr. Terrific, we kind of knew that too. Just from James Gunn tweeting the picture out. I don't like the Sentry thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the Sentry thing. Maybe to avoid Homelander comparisons. The same way that they did Gore the God Butcher to avoid Voldemort comparisons, bro. The general audience, we're not stupid. We're not stupid. We can discern the difference between one film and the next, one character in the next, one franchise in the next. I wouldn't have looked at Sentry as fucking Homelander. I'd have looked at Sentry as fucking Sentry, not as Homelander. I look at Homelander as Homelander because I understand when I'm watching Homelander, I'm watching The Boys. If I'm watching Sentry, I'm clearly watching something within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's been a night. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. And it's not. We're not about to sit here and pretend like Grace doesn't have good sources, because she does. As I always say, you can say what you want to say about Grace, but Grace has good sources. Grace has good sources. So I wouldn't doubt any of this. I wouldn't doubt any of it. Word is, Marvel might be looking for an African American actor to play Sentry. Huh. Huh. Let me see. Where is she getting that, I wonder? I want to know where she's getting that. Yeah, this is literally me. I'm this GIF. This is the GIF I am. I am this GIF. Because I'm baffled. I'm even this. I'm even Mr. Krabs. I'm confused as a motherfucker, looking around like, what is going on? Why is Sentry black? Yeah. It's okay. Well, guys, what do you guys think of what Grace said? What do you guys think of what Grace said? Liam said, I'm gonna hold my tongue, but it depends on who they cast. He says she got contacted by a source mid-live stream and she shared with us before. Oh, okay. See, Liam's our guy that reports back to us with Grace news. I follow Grace on Twitter. Wait a minute. I might be lying. Maybe I don't. Do I follow Grace on Twitter? Okay, no, I do. I follow Grace on Twitter. But I don't watch Grace. So, Liam reports back with all the Grace stuff. So, official MG, we appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. Skillmonger said Marvel said all black everything. That's funny. Stevie said they're trying to make up for the recast. Maybe. Xavier said they're going to end up losing the audience they're pandering to. Yep. I'm telling you, it just doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Okay. Okay. I'm just reading what y'all are saying here. Okay. Raptor Cloak said, Marvel kills the pushing side black comic characters only to race swap characters for pandering. SMH. CGZ said her voice is irritating. Grace said, playing that skipped record in Bebe's Kids. I'll hit you, slap you when I wanna. When I wanna. That shit is funny. Fuck. Officially MG said maybe they'll cast a biracial, but if that's the case, then cast me. Right. Just I mean, cast Liam. He's here. He's ready to be our Sentry. That's funny. Okay. Well, guys, it has been a fun stream for sure. I need to clip these videos and get them ready to upload for tomorrow. Maybe more information will come out the next time because I'll see you guys on Thursday. Remember, no streams on Wednesdays, but I'll see you guys on Thursday. And maybe some more will come out about this to where we can talk more about what Grace is saying. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being here. I definitely had fun, as I always do. This was a very, very fun stream. Great topics I thought we had too. Great interaction from you guys. So until I see you guys next time, which again will be Thursday. I'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll be back then and we'll talk more of the fun things we love to talk about, to get into the things we love getting into. This shit's funny to me. Oh shit, it would be on that screen. It's funny to me. But like I said, as I always say, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for the very generous super chats. Again, they are never expected, but they are always appreciated. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me. Thank you guys if we got any new subscribers. Thank you for the new subscriptions that you guys have given. And again, chat for my loyal viewers that have been here. I love you all so very much. I'm always so humbled by you guys, and it means the world to me. So as I always say, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Wait a minute. Do we want to you guys want me to close with some... I'll close with it again. I'll give you guys close with some music. But what song do I want to do? Let's do... You know what? This is exactly what we're gonna do. That's exactly what the fuck we gonna do. All right. As I always say to you guys, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out. Love you guys so very much. Yeah, this is exactly what the fuck we about to do. This is exactly what the fuck we about to do.
Say T'Challa, we need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill him, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that is crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories, how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how was that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role like there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause of lack of seeing our faces. Shuri can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the man, so what is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, we cast T'Challa. We cast T'Challa.